Up all night.
Yo, what's happening, folks?
We are back. Oh, I'm back.
Next is back for the last show.
It's good to be here.
Most definitely, it's good to have you, man.
I was streaming earlier, and then this dude just invited. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm chilling," and I'm like, as he mentioned earlier, I'm surprised there's not more people here. But I think people are just worn out from the previous days of drinking, maybe, and just overall, maybe it's just a busy Thursday. Who the fuck knows?
Who knows what's going on, man? But I'm just glad somebody came through. I was gonna do this solo, but I seen
Yeah, I mean,
Next
I did
was
the
streaming.
same thing he was doing. Yeah,
He hyped
I
me
just
up.
did it earlier. I was
Yeah.
just like, I was gonna play video, and that's what I was doing. I streamed my video. I did some melee, and then I had some alcohol that I was just gonna sit there and get buzzed, but it got to the point where I just decided. I told myself that I'm only gonna drink like 2 or 3 beers tonight because I didn't expect to be here. So I was just gonna play fucking video games up until that point, and then maybe showcase this cool beat tape that I found like a month ago.
Oh, you
knowing
showed
that-
me. It was real good. I actually had to download it myself.
And it helped out. Like, I know it helps out like the movement of the stream, because there were times before where I had to build playlists of other people's beats and like including Mars and stuff. But sometimes I have so much shit scattered. Basically, that's my point on my computer, that it's hard to like locate songs now, because I just basically need another hard drive. And aside from all that, I was just streaming. I was doing it earlier because I just wanted to shoot the shit. I haven't streamed, like, I've been streaming more now, but before that I was like it'd been a couple months, like maybe 2 or 3 months that I'd stopped, considering like I did it almost every day when I started doing it. I would do melee, I would do some, like, I even did, like, I was talking to Mars earlier about it, but like I even did some matches with the homies where we do Street Fighter, and like it got really competitive, and then
Yeah, you're telling me how lit they get.
it's fun as fuck.
Your friend, what's his name?
Fernie, dude.
Fernie, yeah, dude.
Shout out to that
You're
fat piece of shit.
You're talking about your drummer, Fernie. Dude, that was a cool show you had going. A little stream. I was digging it, dude. I was sitting there watching. I was laughing. It had me laughing.
Yeah, and then I that's the funny thing too. I wanted to do this earlier in the day because I mentioned that in the last podcast yesterday, that melee and just overall games, I really like to do that in the day. I like to try and save that for the day.
You do it
Tonight.
before work, or don't you?
Yeah, that, or even way like before that. Like, I want to basically, in particular today. Today I wanted to do it like at 1 or 3 or something like that, but dude, I had to test the stream out because I was using the Elgato, right, for the game, and
I seen that.
and I had to match basically the audio. I had to sync the audio from the video game to the mixer board and then out from the computer, and there were 3 parameters, 3 settings that I had to mess with. Let's look at it that way. And it was meticulous, and it was real tiring, especially when you don't have weed and you're not gonna. It's not like I'm gonna drink before work, so it's not like I could just drink and get
Come in
motivated.
prepared. Yeah, that motivation is real. That alcohol motivation.
Yeah, and not that I need the beer or the weed to actually make me work, and that's why I did all my research today. But I would say personally, the weed definitely does help whenever you're like you're trying to get through a learning curve, And I've already known all this kind of stuff. I've streamed before, like I said, but when you don't do it for a fucking while, you forget shit. And I had to refresh, dude, and it was a bitch refreshing today. And that's the point. Like, I could have started anywhere from like 1 to 3 today, and because I ran into very small issues that honestly maybe the audience wouldn't even notice, but if I notice it, I've said this before too about your show and stuff, and like that's why we've tried to work so hard to get to this point, is that like, if I notice anything, like that's off. It's off. That's the point. You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be. It's it's not good to settle, And and when you do that with your streams, it becomes a good habit. It becomes like, no way, I know something's off. Like, my shit's usually like 9 out of 10, and like everyone's audible. You can hear the audio well, etc. There are standards you set to yourself, and when I'm, today I reminded myself of those standards, dude, and I had to end up streaming shit like that. Like today, basically me playing games up till like 10:30, 11. No, it was 11 when I started, man, because like I'd got home from work, and holy fuck, did I shower today? I didn't even fucking shower. I showered in the daytime, but I usually shower after work. And
It's been a long day. You can't remember if you
Yeah.
showered. But even usually I do that when I smoke. When I smoke before shower, I forget. Like, did I shower? Oh yeah, you have to touch your hair and find out. I was listening to the
You made
stream.
me think again too. Like, wait, did I? But no, I didn't. Go
I was
ahead.
listening to the stream.
I reminded myself of those standards, dude, and I had to end up stream.
Yeah, I had to check and make sure that you can hear us.
That sounds hilarious.
No, you sound just like you. No, yeah. Whenever you hear yourself, it's always funny. I'm always in disbelief too. I'm always like, that's not what I sound like, do I? Everybody's like, yeah, dude, I sound like a fucking
a wanker.
Botard, dude.
Yeah,
What the
that's what I'm saying. Like, I sound like a wanker. But yeah, we've been chilling now. We're talking about a lot of shit. And I was surprised, honestly, to see. He just showed me, not even like 20 minutes ago, probably less than that. We saw a comment from fucking Otis, little bitch ass, doxed me. But even he didn't dox me because I'm gonna reply.
out to Otis.
I'm gonna reply to that comment, and I do go by my first name on YouTube, so like it's out there. If you need fucking dudes to know my first name, then you easily first and last easily will find me on YouTube. But other than that, this little bitch calling my fucking name, little
Dude,
bitch.
I couldn't believe it made me laugh. Because it's like you guys calling each other out. You say, he duck and
And
dodges.
that's all he had to do to piss me off too, because it's like you fucking called me by my
Hey, you were
first name,
fucking
man.
living. You
little
came in, you
stupid
found
little
out. You
bitch.
I wish I was recording when I should have just told you on air. What the fuck he's in?
Yeah, I would have gotten mad as fuck. I would have started yelling immediately into the mic. It would have been funny. It would have been funny as fuck. But it's all good. Shout outs to Otis, fucking fat bitch.
Yeah, for recently, we were just talking about this the other day. Me and next year, we're talking about this concert we wanted to see, and he was planning on seeing as well with the Dillinger and Soundgarden.
Mr. C and myself were. Mr. C actually covered some tickets, and he was actually trying to invite Otis himself. Cunt. Cunt.
That thing just. How the fuck do you do that? That's.
Cunt.
That's not a sound effect.
Yo,
is it?
turn that verb up a little like higher. That shit's great. Cunt.
Damn, that was not. That was fun.
Anyhow, but
where?
right back into the serious shit. Real talk. It's I haven't used that term in a while. Basically, yeah, we've been talking about Mr. C, myself, and we're trying to invite Otis to go. It's a fucking badass tour with Dillinger. Dillinger's breaking up, by the way. You know, like if you guys don't know that, yeah.
Go
Like,
check
so
out
if you're
their
like-
last album. Go have it right here.
And that's already exciting enough. Like if it's gonna be their last tour, it's awesome. They're probably they're gonna give it their all, whatever. Regardless, it's gonna have sentimental value.
It's a great album, by the way.
And I've never seen them live. I always known of them. I listen to some of their shit, and I dig it. It's whatever. I want to go to a Dillinger show. It's something I was excited about. And then on top of that, it was Soundgarden, fucking Soundgarden, like fucking down early '90s, late '80s, basically. Like from that point forward, that band has been it's been chill. It's been innovative, heavy as well, because not all their songs are like they're not. But they're
They expanded their
interesting
talent.
band.
Most
Say
definitely.
that. And but they were especially the timing is more important because there are a lot of interesting bands that still exist now and that are new. But the thing about them is that when you're doing that kind of shit in that era, at that there's a lot of other good bands too, but basically in a nutshell, it was so much fucking harder to get exposure back then, like so much fucking harder. And if you were original, you were original, and there weren't so many emulators. There weren't easy ways to just get a studio or just buy some condenser mics and then put it in your room and stuff like. Things are still a little bit tougher, and actually a lot tougher. And the fact of the matter is, I'm gonna give a moment of silence and cheers. First a cheers, and then
Definitely cheers.
a moment of silence for Chris Cornell. Rest in peace. But yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, so we're talking about that show fucking just like yesterday and then these past few weeks, probably even on the podcast, not to mention it's just something we were pretty stoked about. And then Mr. C brought it up to all of us, if anything, like to me at least. And maybe I think Mars probably knew about it, but I didn't know shit about this. And when I heard about it, like you're at an age where, at this point, I don't know about his personal life. I haven't looked up into, that's why I was telling him the same thing, but I haven't looked up into it or looked into it, but I'm assuming he has children or some sort of extended family, a wife at least, for fuck's sake. Opeth even made a repost about it today that was really emotional for me personally too, because it was real specific in the sense that like they were mentioning that the whoever the admin was, I'm not sure which member of the band it was. And it could have been the whole band speaking, but I was more like one or two people talking about him as a person, and they were
Yeah.
like, I didn't know him too much personally, and I wasn't, I didn't listen to Soundgarden too long, but we've been touring with them, and he just goes off into this whole thing. But before any of that, too, and it was really emotional, the whole thing. It was too much to even cover. But before any of that, what caught my eye was he goes, it's crazy as shit what I read, too. And I was going to share, but I was like, all right, I won't share. I already made a post about it, and I just had to add a reaction because, it was definitely an admirable person in fucking music, basically. So I just gave my piece and whatnot, and my shout out. But whoever was adminning the Opeth page, basically the first thing they opened up with is he goes, this year first it was Alan, and then now this dude. And Alan, they mean Alan Halsworth. Alan Halsworth is an amazing, like, dude, like top 3 guitarists of all time.
I think I remember
in
you
my book right now.
posting
There's
something
3.
about it.
That's crazy. I'm having another epiphany, but those are 3 of my. If you had to stretch my guitar playing, I would put Hendrix there too. But I can change Hendrix and Page. That's how I look at it. So there's 4, but there's 3 right now at the top of my head. There is Jimmy Page, Sean Lane, and Alan Halsworth. And they all interlink in their own little way. But Halsworth and Sean Lane are kind of in the same spirit because Sean Lane was a follower of Alan Halsworth. He was so inspired by him that he just basically, like, he took his methodology and he just made it into something else. And like they both died of some fucked up circumstances, and they weren't terrible by any means. They weren't like what we just mentioned with Chris Cornell, but more along the lines of like basically dying too young. Like Sean Lane just had like a fucked up bone disease, like an actual like disease with his bones, and it caused him to enlarge, and he had to have like medication, and he just ended up dying early because of it. It did something to his blood, some sort of homogeneous, I think that's what it's called when it has to do with your blood, some sort of disease like that was just fucked him over. I think even before he was like 40, and obviously before he was 40. And the same thing with fucking Alan Halsworth. Just recently, he was already old though. He was probably like in his 60s or 70s.
Died
but
of natural causes type.
no, not even. That's the thing.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, even though you're that age, like my parents, like my mother's like maybe going into her 60s, and like
Right.
you can still be healthy, like at that age and be active and work. Yeah, but him, I think it had to do. He was already in the hospital for a couple of days, and it was still kind of unknown, but it was more. The better thing about Halsworth's death was that his family was with him, and everybody was pretty. It wasn't as we mentioned earlier. It wasn't as cryptic. It wasn't as dark as what you heard today, basically. And when
Yeah.
Opeth posted that just hit 2 spots on me because like I said, first off, I wanted to watch Soundgarden. I'd grown up with him too. I've heard him all over the place. And I think there were a couple times in high school where I actually bought some of their CDs, like 2 of them. I forgot what albums they were too, but I remember just listening to that sound. And some of them were, like I said, they're more heavy stuff.
Bad motor finger.
There were times where I wanted to play some songs like that because I used to like cover. I don't cover shit at all anymore, and I'm not nothing against covers. I love doing covers. That's all we used to do back in the day too. So for many points, just to get warmed up and just like
Paranoid.
understand. Yeah,
Black
yeah,
Sabbath's
literally, literally. Who hasn't done that? But there were times where I wanted to cover their bands, and they were in lower tunings, and like that gave me a different perspective because even myself back then, I was a little cynical bitch, where like I'd judge something prehand before I'd listen to it, and I'd be like, wait, this is Soundgarden, this is some fucking commercial fucking alternative.
Yeah, if you heard it on the radio, you'd assume that's exactly what everything sounded like. But
and I love Black Hole Sun, but there were other pieces
a
of
lot of better songs.
yeah,
and
a lot
that
of
was
pieces
way
and
better
different
than
and different.
Very much. Hell
Like,
yeah.
and when I listened to that more heavy sound that I like from them, it was sick. And then I heard that today, supposedly that I wouldn't even say supposedly. I think this is probably confirmed and true. But I felt like to like 3 stoner rock pages, like stoner doom pages.
Facebook, dude, that's the best way to really
And
find
they're really
new
cool,
news,
you know.
yeah,
And like, it's funny that there's so many subgenres and stuff, but it makes sense because when you listen to particular genres that do have certain swings and grooves, and even down to the instruments that are used, there's certain tone that's used in certain music. And that particular style of music, I love. I'm a big fan of like stoner rock and just doom. And someone was mentioning today on like I've seen it more than once where someone mentioned on the thread that basically bands like Soundgarden in like the late 80s were basically they set the template, the fucking, they paved the way for that fucking sludge, doom metal sort of sound. Yeah, because it wasn't at the heaviest. It wasn't the way it is now, obviously, because it's evolved. But when you definitely do listen to it, and the timing, as you mentioned, and also actual grooving. Like if you listen to how they grooved, if you listen to their swing, like I mentioned, it's right on. It's on the nose. It's like, all right, well, I can see how this is influenced. Basically, the same thing with what I was talking about way earlier, where I mentioned Albert King, and wasn't sure if we're listening to the album or not. But Albert King is a big influence on one of my big influences, one of the top 3s I just named, as Jimmy Page. And if you listen to or Stevie Ray Vaughan as well, Stevie Ray Vaughan is
fucking love some Stevie.
He's extremely influenced by Albert King, and he's done an album with Albert King. They've done an amazing album before Stevie died.
I think I heard some.
Yeah, that album is disgusting. It's a disgusting album. Like that album is
a good
sex.
type of disgusting, by the way. If you guys don't, what you mean?
It's such a good album. It's flawless, and it's 2 blues legends, like legitimately meeting. It's 2 generations meeting, looking at each other in the eye, and just like. It was sick, and I think
that was a powerful moment. It would be like something like nowadays, like Soundgarden and Dillinger or some shit. Like small example.
That's a good example too. That's crazy.
But it would be something like that. That's what
the fact of the matter being, like, you don't imagine how Stevie felt when he did it, because that's like him looking up to his actual idol, and he made an album with him. Wow. The fact of the matter is that like you can listen to Stevie and you can listen to Page and other guitarists, but those 2 in particular that I can think of right now off the bat, and then listen to Albert King albums, and then 70% of their playing of these 2 people that I mentioned are fucking Albert King influenced. They're just, the bends and just there are things you can hear that they picked up on and they just put into their own swing, and that's what music's about. Like that's what that whole phrase is about. I wouldn't call it a phrase. Maybe it's a phrase. Yeah, it is a phrase. It's just pass it on. That's an amazing song too. It's crazy how like all of us interlinks in the sense that I just mentioned the phrase "pass it on," and there's a song called "Pass It On" by one of my most heavily adored producers called The Hidden Agenda. They're It's a duo. It's a British duo of producers from like the early '90s that were signed to Metalheads, and that's a drum and bass label. Like amazing fucking group. Like some of the most complicated, beautiful sounding, god tier sampled shit ever. Like they influenced me to want to make music at one point too. Like there was a point where I didn't play guitar at all, and like I was listening to a lot of drum and bass, like 90s drum and bass and jungle, especially from like like Europe, because that's really where it started. It started in the UK, and it's just funny to mention that like the phrase "pass it on." There's a song named "Pass It On" by The Hidden Agenda, and the only reason I say this is relevant is because there's only 2 members, right? So let's say one of the founding members passed away also this year, and he passed away of like also bad circumstances. Supposedly it was some sort of attack, and there were health issues involved. It wasn't self-induced or anything, but I think he died like out of nowhere. He was like, it was an emergency situation, and like that nothing could be done. And that dude was those 2 are fucking amazing. But legitimately, cheers to the fallen, like, because it really just goes to show that fucking appreciate your life, And if you're influenced by anything, if you like music, obviously, if you really feel fucking a certain way about something, then try it out. Don't be a cunt.
Why waste this life?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why exactly? Don't waste your fucking time. If you got a family or something, if you got priorities, that's one thing. But if you gotta fucking treat it as a hobby to get something done, then do that too. You don't have to do it all the fucking time. You gotta devote your life to it. Just try it out. Exactly. See how you like it.
You might love it. You might fall in love, and it might change your life and the people around you.
That's my point. It might benefit you to the point to where it's like, wait, dude, I'm a fucking person. I'm not just a guy who goes to a job and fucking pokes women. You know, like, yeah, that's what we're here to do. We're here to poke and to reproduce.
But people shouldn't freak out about it. Like, I hate that people
exactly.
are like,
you have a brain to define like your experiences around you, and you should utilize that. It's not fucking rocket science. It's you observing everything that you've experienced and that you're doing, and like if you want to encapsulate that into something, then you should try it. Don't be a fucking cunt.
quit wasting time. Like,
You don't even have to make music, as I mentioned earlier. Even like on my stream, if you feel like, man, I want to make the best fucking pizza ever. I want to make pizza my life.
You might,
or I want to make it a part of my life. You never know. Try it out, and like within 5 months, you might get with some of the most god tier like recipe that someone might pay you some good money for it.
you might revolutionize pizza.
Basically.
You might change pizza for
and even if you're not willing to sell it, like if you can make a statement, then be like, wait, you have this like recipe, and like, oh, basically at that point, even if you're not willing to capitalize on your uniqueness, people will still appreciate it.
Yep.
That's what I've learned.
And if they don't, who cares? Most people don't like good things anyways.
Most times
There's
it's
a lot
true.
of good things out there
that's actually
that don't
a
get
point.
enough credit.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like it just proves that. I mean, it just
yeah,
says a lot about the people themselves. They're
matter
not willing
of
to.
timing and everything.
If everyone else around them says, "Hey, it's good," most people will agree without even really having their own opinion. And
It is very flockish, and like
you
I don't know what to say about
opinion.
that, because it's true,
You
man.
have to just rely on your own opinion, your
Like,
own self.
yeah,
Like if you
I
like,
just
quit
feel,
expecting other people.
I
to
just
like
feel
it too.
conflicted with that idea, because I agree with it. It's just it sucks as a person too, because you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. You want to be like, you know what, you got good taste. Basically you want to believe in the audience, but as you just mentioned, like, man, a massive chunk of you fucking like shit,
Yeah.
and
You give.
I don't know what to tell you.
You let
Like,
shit pass, and like
y'all
shit
like
that's good.
shit.
You don't go out and just
and
give
then
it a chance.
even more specific, what you just mentioned, there's a lot of people and things overall, ideas that are so they're beyond under the rug. They're like fucking. They don't even exist in their consciousness in people's minds, you know. And that's fucking insane. And you're right about that, because like it's something that's, even though like the positive part of my brain wants to like battle that idea, it's something I'm dealing with right now.
It's
I
something
just
you're
recently,
understanding personally.
I have recently, I've just like, not just recently, but like throughout life, you learn that making music or any sort of art, and it's something you have to deal with, unless, like you said, you become a whore, and at that point, you're not an artist, you're not an individual.
You're just a fucking dancing monkey
exactly.
for people.
You're a tool. You're a clone. And that's not good. That's like,
we have enough of those. Let's have some new leaders. We need
there's
some new leaders.
a term for that. Yeah, that's called oversaturation. There's too much of that, and like that. That's actually interesting. It all goes full circle. But because of that, like you said, that ends up being fed to the masses, and it has no substance. It doesn't question anything, you know.
Because everyone, they like it. It must be good. Everyone's dancing to it. It must be.
And I'm, like I said, I'm a proponent of to each his own. Like, if you want to listen to shit and it makes you feel good during the day, and it makes you do something positive, or it puts you in a good mood to just do better in the world, I'm what the fuck? I'm not someone looking behind your back saying
we're not telling you
that's
what to
bullshit.
like.
Yeah, I'm never gonna call you out like that. That's disrespectful. But have it be known that it's shit.
Just know that it is.
Like, literally, now that the mic is here, have it be known that it's trash. Because as you just mentioned, that is a valid point, though. Like, that's actually a pretty good ass point. It's something I don't hear often, because we tend to sugarcoat a lot of ideas, and people just don't like to step on toes, you know. And obviously, you know me, I don't give a damn about
I don't
any
care
of that.
either.
But just hearing that, artistically speaking, because you're an artist in the sense that you've been messing with music and you've been doing your thing, and you have your own perspective on it, and that's very good, because hearing that isn't actually, it's not just an intelligent thought, but it's a critical thought. It's something that actually pushes the boundaries of a comfort zone, because it's true. Like, there's no in hell I don't have a solid argument against that, and that's a good thing, because that means that it's a firm ass point, basically. Like, if it's fucking cold today, right? If it's cold, if you put a bucket of water outside and in an hour it's starting to turn into ice, it's fucking cold. And if you go out there for no more than 30 minutes, you're gonna get I forget what it's called. Frostbite, not frostbite. That too. But what's it called? Where your blood, the shit, I forgot what it's called. Basically, you're gonna feel it. It's fucking cold. And it's the same thing with critique and criticism and overall like ideas. And like you said, if it gets to the point where I just have to make music to make music, and I've been doing that. Don't get me wrong. We've all been doing that, regardless of the audience and how many views. And there was never a popularity contest to us. I wouldn't be saying this if it was, basically, because if it was a popularity contest, then that's too easy, basically. And it's like you said, dude. It's just, but majority of people are somehow. I wouldn't say it. You want to respect people, you really do, but they've been manipulated, and
they're easily manipulated.
And like, I'm not gonna call them sheep or stupid immediately off the bat, but in some unique, that's a better way to put it, in a unique way, this shit's been, the shit that that they like, I guess, majority of them, has been drilled into their
so
throat,
deep into their subconscious,
and like just every day
that they start to believe it themselves.
And it's weird to be that musician at this era, at this age, to say that the radio, holy shit, the radio sucks.
It does.
It's crazy.
I listen to it and I get upset. I'm like,
dude, yeah.
Like, I can't believe this gets a pass.
And
there's a lot of good shit out there that's better.
Yeah.
If anything, dude, I've just come to the conclusion not everyone's gonna like and get it in the beginning, but if they don't get it, they don't get it. And for me, I'm not here to tell them to get it. I'm just here to just enjoy what I do, and I'll pass it to the people that enjoy it.
Yeah, what I mentioned earlier. Like, it's not my job to babysit your taste or what makes you happy.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, I'm
that.
not gonna try to get you.
But as what you're saying and what I'm saying too, like, let it be known that is shit.
It's shit, for sure. And if anything, it's satanic type shit, like where it kind of goes deeper than it just being good because it's good. It goes deeper, like, to where people have figured out how to make music trance you into believing that it's good in some type of satanic way.
Well, I think aside from satanic, because that's more like that's more actual Satanism. That's like you just being inclusive.
I shouldn't have just said Satanism is Satan. I should have just said more of a brainwashing.
Yeah, maybe
tool.
you just. I get what you're trying to express though. It's there is a darker context behind a lot of like the selling that's going on. That's the whole idea behind sex sells. It's really it's even overall materialism. It doesn't have to be sinister and like manipulative and like that satanic way. That's a funny way to put it. But more along the lines of like basically people. What? And I'm not even gonna go as far as because it is true. Corporations tend to do that too. But I'm not even gonna be that guy to just use a general term to say corporations are manipulating you. It's true, they are. But more along the lines, even artists are. Because look at it this way.
Yeah.
If you're an artist and you have an agenda, and you're gonna write lyrics strictly about one topic, even if it's not about you. Let's say you feel something really heavily about it, and it's all you have all the right and freedom to express yourself about that. Honestly, it even gets more sinister than that because I've noticed these trends. Let's say you released 3 albums that were solid, and you talked about just about every other topic you could think about, and the average Joe thinks about, and it was a really neutral album. It called out a lot of things. There was no bipartisanship, and basically what that means is that you didn't pick a side, politically speaking, and you did good albums like that. But for some particular reason, you started hanging around a certain crowd, or maybe you started feeding yourself with certain ideas, and you read certain books, and your politics changed, and your ideas changed, and you personally felt a certain agenda. You felt like you had this thing. You had a marker on your chest. You had an emblem. You had an emblem on your chest that represented that idea. But that idea, as Nas said, shout out to Nas, that was a good line too. That no idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's not about how you do it, but how it's done, kind of shit. And it's true. That idea that you have, or those books that you read, or that thing that influenced your music to change, you let it take you further than it should have. Where originally it was just raw. It was just you observing the world maybe and trying to get an idea of what it's about. And politics are important, don't get me wrong. Everyone has a political view on something, whether you want to admit it or not. Literally, and that's the same way that George Orwell said. Shout out the fuck out to George Orwell. George Orwell was one of the smartest men that ever lived on the earth. Literally said, not having a political opinion is having a political opinion. Legitimately, like,
whoa.
So even if you're
right.
not, think about it. Like
right,
that's you being a dickhead to yourself. Like, homie, you're not above that. You saying you're above that is a part of being above that. You cunt. And
I'm kind of a cunt. I hate to be a part of it.
No, that's the point. Like, at least you can admit it, because if you didn't admit it, I just called you a cunt. Because it's just how life is. And
yeah. I hate to be a part of it, but it's there.
And that's
it's
like back to that point too, like where it's things can become sinister, and if you don't think for yourself, you know what you're listening to and all the oversaturated shit can become manipulative, and that's my point. Even if it's not a corporation or a record company or a bunch of fuckers in a suit that one would assume are giving the ideas, it can also be an artist. It can be a guy, as I just mentioned, who had some clean shit, who was a guy, gal, whoever the fuck, or band, who was doing some good linear stuff. Linear meaning like it was consistent, it was going, it had a flow, and it would change up, but in a healthy way. And then all of a sudden, it became political as fuck. It became most his raps became about this over here, while the rest of the world was just trying to hear some of like some chill shit, while you're over here like grinding down on like this particular idea, and like you became obsessed with that idea. You literally became politicized, and that's what I mean. It becomes sinister. So
I see. I see.
basically, this is actually a point that I've been I've never I think about it just about every day, but
He's never expressed it.
yeah,
on something
expressed
like
it
an
or
outlet?
try to make it more audible
And put it into
speak
words.
it out. And now that I have it into words, it's interesting because it's helping me out. But my point is, do not. You have literally you have as a person, as a listener, and even if you're a musician listening to music, let's say you've been making music and you listen to things, you're still a listener. You know that yes, you're a musician. You're also part of the process of making music, and you have an
Yeah.
ear. But you're a listener when you're listening to someone's music. As a listener, I think one should understand you should not be afraid to criticize some of your favorite artists.
I do that quite a bit.
You need to look like you need to look deep into what the fuck they're talking about, because if it's not minimal, if it's not just them, you know, doing beats or performing live and just jamming, if it's not, because that's raw, you know what that's like. I can't say much about that. That's no such thing as critiquing raw music. That's just music. If you don't dig this tempo and this band sound, then you don't dig it. That's just not what you dig. But when someone's singing, when someone's rapping, those things are powerful. Even a little hook in a song, something groovy in between, someone's bars, that's like even like basically lyricism. A message in a song is a message. That's the point. And depending on your reach, that's influence. And I notice a lot of people that just, it's sad. It's kind of sad in the 21st century that people aren't willing to criticize some of their favorite artists. They're not.
You should always.
It's
It makes them
it's
have
that
to work
idea,
harder.
yeah.
Makes them kind of realize, okay, maybe
There's
I'm slacking
that
on
terminology. That terminology that's used. It's that sacred cow complex. Like
I've never heard that.
Sacred, well, not a complex, but sacred cow. You never heard of the term sacred cow?
this. Yeah, I've heard. It say
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That the idea that you just can't step on this. You can't say shit about this idea. It would be like saying for not for the longest, but some people would be like, wait, you don't like the Beatles? I'm one of those few people that, no, I wouldn't say few, there's probably a lot nowadays, especially because most people are becoming cunts like me. And I've been a cunt. We've all been cunts.
You feel like you shouldn't judge a certain like an idea or a
Yeah,
band or
exactly.
something like
I don't.
'cause
I've never. Basically, for me to say that I've
majority-
never been influenced by the Beatles, some people would be like, "That's sacrilege. What? That's blasphemy. What are you talking about? You like music. You like overall rock music, or you like just music overall. Like that stem. The Beatles are a big part of that. Yeah, I agree, but I don't fucking care about them.
You know. You know what?
The same thing, and I'll
like
say this on the record. If this is ever heard by anyone, then I don't really give a shit, because this is not what I'm here for. I don't fucking care about the opinions of other people, and I will give people props, and I give this artist props, and I like some of his music, but I will go on. Basically, for the record, at least at this time in my life, this is the best way to analogize it for anyone listening right now, 2017, and if you are alive and you listen to this later, you'll understand what I mean when I say this, and how much of a cunt you can become. And this is something I use to reinforce my taste, and this is overall reinforcing the fact and the point that I'm making, that people are afraid to criticize ideas. I feel like I'm one of the few people who has not given any shits about any of Kendrick Lamar's albums overall. I don't give a fuck. The same way about Tupac. Never. I've grew up with that shit. I've never given any fucks. And you notice, like, I'm not talking about them or even like their ideas. I just don't
That's
give
just
a
an
fuck.
example.
But it's hard for a motherfucker to say that in public or in front of a group of homies. They'll look at you like, who the fuck do you think you are? Sacred cow complex.
Okay.
Motherfucker, I'm a human. Isn't that dude a human? He's a human on a mic who lives some shit and does it well. And he does it very well. Motherfucker deserves all the respect he gets. Did I say he sucked? Did I say he sucked? I said I don't give a fuck, mate. And so that's literally that's next. That's why I had to go as a moniker, because just Marcos Martinez. No one's gonna take that serious. So if this dude with this mysterious bullshit ass name can just say some shit like that, then that's And I'm not saying I'm gonna say that to rile people up. I'm just saying that right now, for the record, that's the best way I can analogize what I'm trying to say about that sacred cow bullshit. Where like you've liked someone for so fucking long and you know their shit's fire and they do deliver. I'm not saying they don't deliver, but there's there's some, like you said, you need to literally. We mentioned it yesterday, not like, and that I will give Tim again. I will give see, and you have to go beyond that, because as much as I don't agree with a lot of Tim Larry's politics and his methodology and his lifestyle. He was one of the psychedelic, fucking pioneers for a reason, because that was one of his most famous lines, and he did approach life that way. And I respect that. See, I'm willing to go beyond the fact that I think someone's a dickhead, but if they said something intelligent, they said something intelligent, and it was think for yourself, question authority. Literally, that's Tim Larry's one of the most famous fucking lines. I believe it. I know it's Tim Larry, and if I'm wrong about that, I'll fucking go back and revise that.
And
shit.
that's important to know. And in the fact that that's something she's spreading.
Exactly. Like,
it's
just because
important.
you fucking dig someone super hard and they've influenced you in your life does not mean you can't think for yourself and question authority. Because at that point, they're your musical authority.
Yeah,
you think about it.
They're like gods. You can't question. You can't question.
They reinforce your taste. Yeah. And like again, there was a point where maybe I would. You see, I've had to learn that even with bands, like, because obviously they're like what? The same thing with Sabbath and Zeppelin. There are at least 4 or 5 Led Zeppelin and Sabbath albums that suck balls. Basically,
any band, any and every band,
and you have to understand that. And if you don't, then you are a fucking cunt.
You're treating these motherfuckers
and then
you're fucking God.
You're a sheep. They're your shepherd, and like whenever it's time, you get into this bundle with all these other sheep, and you make noises.
and you'll cheer for anything as long as there's beer. Believe me, I've been there.
So it's just that's just my point. I think it's important for
and that's an important point.
And even if you're not an
artist,
as well. Yeah, if you're not making music, that doesn't matter. Just as a person, if you're a listener, as I mentioned earlier, because I said
have your own opinion. On things.
Exactly, especially about music though, because music is one of those things that's so easy to make now, and it's so easy to advertise. It's for real. It's
in
so
this day and age,
easy to advertise
definitely.
it. So if even 1,000 people hear that advertisement, basically what you're doing with music is you're advertising yourself. That's normal. Yeah. That's what capitalism's about. But what you're advertising is important, man. And if you're free to say whatever the fuck you want. I'm just telling the listener. I'm not talking to the artist. See, that's crazy. To think that I'm having this conversation right now with a person and thinking about this. I wouldn't have thought about this 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even a year ago. The fact that I'm speaking to an actual, because dude, I used to disregard listeners. Like, think of his mentality, Mario. I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks, dude. Like, I do this shit for myself, dude. I'm gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
You really mean that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're doing it for the listener too.
Think in the context of I uploaded something on the internet for who to hear, for you to hear.
Yeah, you're right. Just you only. Maybe so.
I did a podcast and I went live on the internet for just me to watch myself. The fact of the matter is, that's literally what Zen has taught me. And like legit, that's what Zen philosophy. It's not the main point of it, because it'd be a cuck if you said you knew what Zen was about. But I've learned that part of Zen. It's like you aren't shit without that idea of the other, and that's what criticism is about. That's what I mean about the sacred cow thing. It's like I've had to learn that so hard, because like you know what it's like too, being critiqued. You've probably had people like spat on you before and like, talk shit about your music. Maybe no,
if anything, I want people to give me an honest opinion, and I want people to do this shit sucks, dude. I'd like that over like saying,
That's how I am.
Like, tell me it sucks, dude.
Talk to me about it.
Some people just like, they'll just ignore that it's on. And it's like, dude, just tell me it sucks. Tell me to change it.
That's exactly how I am.
I respect you more if you told me that.
I wanted to put that on that post that I showed you yesterday. I legit wanted to, I was going to end it with that, but I kept it a little short and sweet. And
I couldn't watch the end. My shit started lagging. I had to restart.
No, I meant like on the actual. I did a post recently that was it was just a written post, that tangent one, where I was like, man, I wish I had more friends that shared my shit. That's the post I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was going to post. I was going to follow all that up at the end of it and say exactly what you said. I was like, look, I get it. If you don't like my shit, you could at least tell me. I would
Yeah,
honestly appreciate
I'd love that more.
I would have a really good, honest conversation
It
with
helped
you.
me get better. I'd
And
be
then
like,
even
dude,
just hearing those words,
you're
you
right,
would,
dude.
you
I
wouldn't
do need to
trigger me.
change it.
Like you wouldn't trigger me. I would block you. I would try that much harder, and that's my
if
point.
anything, I'd
That's
give it a like and be like, dude, thanks for even listening.
Yeah,
and
that's my
seeing
point.
seeing the potential and what it could be, and seeing what my miss
It's
up.
critique.
And it's like,
It's critique.
and then that means more to me than just absolutely.
Like
I
you
agree
said,
with you.
just being a fraud and not like giving input, and like
That's fraudulent for real.
and
It
that's
is.
important,
just
dude.
not saying it sucks. You're allowing me to go further, and then you're not telling me, and you're letting me walk off that cliff.
Yeah, and even on the simple context of like effort, dude. Someone took energy out of their fucking jaw, out of their mouth, their vocal cords to say, I didn't like it.
Yeah, or type it up
Because they're like, wait, I know this guy. Maybe I've heard 2 or 3 songs I really do like by him a lot, but this, I don't like it. That may be what they mean, and if they don't mean that, they could just still be like, wait, dude, I'm really excited about you making music, but this what you showed me, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different contexts that come out of it, and even if they just overall don't like it, that itself, as we were mentioning, that shit takes effort.
To me, it seems like people are just scared of giving an honest opinion
They
because
are,
they're scared. They're scared of what people are going to do, and you know what? People are too defensive.
Exactly,
People
dude.
are scared of honest
They
opinion.
need-
They're
they
scared
need
of
ego
fucking
death.
truth.
They need ego death.
You fuckers need mushrooms.
Ego
that
death.
shit's
Mushrooms are pretty fun,
Ego
man.
death.
They're
That's gonna
so
kill.
good.
That's
They're
gonna kill that ego. It's
It
an
does.
ego killer.
It does put the ego to a frail level, man. It's one of the better remedies, especially mushrooms in
My
particular.
favorite, allegedly.
Yeah, like I love acid, but yeah, mushrooms are safer, and not to mention,
They go good with peanut butter.
yeah, they go good with a lot of different
Yeah,
things.
you
like
can eat 'em with
my
anything.
usual medium was like just 1 roll of bread, and then like I would like it was so gross,
Hell yeah,
dude. Yeah,
Hey,
dude. Otis had methods, dude. Like I used to have a grinder, this big red, because like a few times
orange juice.
Yeah, that, and then yes, dude.
You grind it, put it in orange juice, and drink
I
it.
tried it once, and
I
like,
did that. That shit was
worked.
easy.
It worked, dude.
The orange juice enhance it.
Thinking about it just makes me feel trippy, dude. Oh, God,
I love
we
that
gotta
shit.
do
That shit
shrooms one of these
trip-
days,
dude.
man. We gotta do shrooms. One
Allegedly,
of these
we
days,
probably
dude.
will one day. Allegedly.
Dude, I
I'm
fucking
just-
that dude. I mean, I'm
down.
fucking, I'm down. But
Allegedly.
my point
I gotta
is,
get-
so, like legit shout outs to the ego death, man. Because like, if you don't learn to criticize the things that you can't put things too high on a pedestal. That's the point. You know what I mean?
Take a shit on things.
And
sometimes.
you said that before too about there's points of the stream where that does happen, where you do the call outs on the hoes and shit. Many times I love your calls, they're hilarious. but one, like, there's a couple valid points that you usually bring up, and then it's just
called
like
hoes before, yeah.
basically don't over glorify things, and that kind of segues into the fact of broads too. Like women are obviously women are women. I fucking love women and they're beautiful.
Yes,
but
we all love women.
you know exactly. But the fact of the matter is, like, just because someone better way to put it, just because she looks like a 10 doesn't mean that like her actual attitude and her attributes and her qualities are going to be a 10.
Yeah, looks don't match.
This bitch could be
intellect.
the biggest cunt you've ever met. This bitch could be so fucking just devilish and just she's just a cunt, selfish cunt, you know? Like, this motherfucker could be the most manipulative person ever. The same thing with men too. Like, dude, there are dudes who play nice like fucking 100% for as long as they have to, you know? And then once it gets to that point, once they know they have dominance over a bitch, they're just gonna be cunt boys. They're gonna be cunt boys.
I've seen that happen.
They're
too.
like, they become the jealous type. They become the controlling type. And
But
like,
don't we all though? I think we all go through that, like where we just.
well, I mean, we've all
we
gone
get-
through jealousy. I have, obviously.
I
but
have, too.
I've,
In a relationship,
it's
you
never
care about the
gotten to the
person.
point where I've been controlling though, or controlling.
No, never either.
Like,
you
where
never
I'm
just
always
say- you
asking
can't-
where
you
you're
can't.
at, or I'm always asking who you're with. What's that smell? What the fuck is that?
Did you
etc.
fart?
There are people
some
like
reason,
that,
what-
and they're busters, and it's like, dude,
yeah, dude, chill out, dude.
for real.
You're
And if you do
insecure,
get fucked,
motherfucker.
if you do get cucked, dude, like, move on. Like, straight up say, look, bitch, like, I got cucked.
She's
You're
not for you.
You're a dumb bitch.
You're
You're
not
a
for
cunt,
each
You're
other.
gross. You got fishy pussy. I'm gonna go to some better pussy.
Fuck
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Fishy
you
pussy.
gotta think better than
Bitch,
that. You
clean
know?
that shit up.
Clean this shit up.
Man, you know
We're
what?
here up all night though. We're about to
Fuck.
take an intermission now. I'm about to take myself a little break.
We're gonna
and,
play a classic. we have to do
I think
it.
I
but,
know what we're gonna go into.
But yeah, you know, I gotta grab me another beer. So why not just get this motherfucker going? Shouts out to the homie Rish. Hey, shouts out to the homie Fire Ant. Fire Ant, you fucking killing it.
Shout out to Fire Ant, man, making them beats too, though.
Yeah, brother. You
Support your local producers.
Yo, there's plenty up and coming. Shouts out to D.
Support your local music scene, folks.
Shouts out to Willie S. Shouts out to
all the homies in Texas.
all the fucking homies. All you guys.
Particularly, yeah, my 817 homies, man.
On the 817 fam, you guys. We're gonna keep promoting, keep showing love. Anyways, you know what we are? This is exactly what we are. We'll be back up all night. Drunk some more Texas, brother. We'll be back. Up all night, brothers.
Baby, is it too late? Baby, is it too late? Yeah. Club lights at the moon. She moving when I move. She making me feel cool. Yeah. You know that I'm with it. Move like street lights do. Making moves with the crew. They brought up you. Hey. Let's try to forget it. I was just thinking about you. I was just talking about you. I was just drinking without you. Tryna be happy without you. Now I just know I don't got you. Yo. I was just thinking about you. I was just talking about you. I was just drinking without you. Tryna be happy without you. Now I just know I don't got you. Sorry I'm calling. Sorry I'm calling you, baby. But you know I'm just drunk. It's late, I'm still up. Sorry I'm calling. Sorry I'm calling you, baby. You know I'm just drunk. It's late, I'm still up. Lights are turning into fractals. We screaming like pterodactyl. Here to give you a sample. Turn you on right like an axle. Oh, sorry girl, I'm being an asshole. Now I am moving on E. More women are all on me. It's working in uniform like the army. Pour up another round. It's all on me. It's all on me. Baby, is it too late for me to feel this way? It's all falling on me. Well, I can't see you straight. Still, I feel this way. Look down and I see you calling. Sorry I'm calling. Sorry I'm calling you, baby. But you know I'm just drunk. It's late, I'm still up. Sorry I'm calling. Sorry I'm calling you, baby. But you know I'm just drunk. It's late, I'm still up. Sorry I'm calling. Sorry I'm calling you, baby. But you know I'm just drunk. It's late, I'm still up. Okay, I'm calling. Sorry I'm calling you, baby. But you know I'm just drunk. It's late, I'm still up. I was just thinking about you. I was just talking about you. I was just drinking without you. Trying to be happy without you. Now I just know I don't got you. I was just thinking about you. I was just talking about you. I was just drinking without you. Not go crazy without you. Now I just know I don't got you. So sorry I'm calling. Sorry I'm calling you, baby. But you know I'm just drunk. It's late, I'm fucked up. Sorry I'm calling. Sorry I'm calling you, baby. But you know I'm just drunk. It's late, I'm fucked up. Sorry I'm calling. Sorry I'm calling you, baby. But you know I'm just drunk. It's late, I'm still up. But you know I'm still up. It's late, I'm fucked up.
Perspective Collective, man. That was Rishi.
Rishi
Drunk
with
somewhere in Texas.
yes. You know, that can be anywhere in Texas. That's what I love. Dude, he has a video coming out, too.
Yeah.
He has a video coming out from what he was telling us last show. He says he's planning on making a video.
He's
for this
excited,
direct
too. He's talking, even before the show, too, he's mentioned to me like, at least like 2 times.
I'd
He's
love
like,
to
man,
be-
I want to do a video for the song, dude. He's like, all right, fucking do it. Because it's smooth, just bumping ass song.
Dude, like I said, shout out to Fire Ant, dude. He was digging it last time. He was like, damn, this is tight, bro. And he was stoked. He was sitting there just the whole time just jamming to it. And him and Willie S was giving a shout out. He was talking about, doing a song together. eventually talking about writing some shit. So hopefully this summer they might get in contact, get something going. They'll find like a producer. Maybe Rishi will produce his own beat. That'd be badass too. I can see that happening.
Oh no, yeah, they
Even you next.
If I ever make music with anybody, there ain't no finding no producer. If it's not the person that I'm doing it with, it's gonna be myself. And if not, it's gonna be like either you or Rishi. All right, now we mentioned that last time, like yesterday in the podcast. It's like we're really an exclusive knit group of people to where like if we're gonna do some shit with someone, we're gonna give it our all. You know, we're gonna try to find the best resources possible.
Yeah.
Because
maybe get Vivisec to master it.
Yeah, him, anybody, but basically, yeah. But besides, honestly, yeah, because there's no one else to do it.
I could. I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't consider myself legitimate.
But my point being, like, yeah, it's gonna be fucking very grassroots, very in-house. It's always gonna be like that, and up until like fucking, you know, if it gets as massive as it gets, that's fine. But me personally speaking, I plan on learning everything I possibly can. So, and that's why I have the people around me, like, to learn as much as I can from them too, and you know, absorb a lot of this shit, because it is true, man. Dude, it's gonna be an interesting. This not just this year, but the upcoming fucking.
But just the next couple of years to come. I mean, thinking about
the same thing we mentioned yesterday too, like where I just feel like the show's not gonna go like anywhere in the sense that like legit.
It's not leaving.
It's not leaving. There's no
reason not to. You got the equipment's here.
Cutoff. There's not gonna be any cutoff. Like Mars has nothing but charisma and just like alcohol. And then if he doesn't have alcohol,
until that shit's
he's
banned,
still thinking about fucking, podcasting or just getting music, making intros, making beats,
somehow.
Fucking recording people, just trying to get different sessions going. Like
shit's gonna happen, dude.
Like, I'm not the only one doing this. You know, it is what it is.
And it's cool being able to connect. And if anything, I want to connect further and get more people involved. And I want to get a lot of other people that are doing music and are honest, just music lovers that want to just create something. I want to get involved with you. I want to showcase your music. Let's show the world.
To the audience, real quick.
Let's show the world what the fuck you have to offer.
Some of our final cheers for the good first half of the year, man. It was actually good. Cheers.
Yeah, that was a good first season, brother. I appreciate it. You know, Next mention, man. Me and him, we started this show a while back. This shit started with us. He was like one of my first guests.
And look, this shirt, man. This is some good,
dude,
clean quality.
There will be more to come. I'll have that for sale eventually. And dude, hell yeah, I had just 2-3 shirts.
Like who the fuck? I didn't tell him to fucking do this. You know, dude, like this shit behind me. Like I didn't tell him to do any of that.
Dude, that shit just it's all just coming from this source. It's all, man. What's the word I'm looking for? It's all anyways, dude, this shit started with us, and now it's kind of ending this season. This is the last show.
It's been a good ass fucking effort. Basically, it's been a really good effort. Cause I didn't expect it to. Hell, we even got. I wouldn't even say we, but you got some good props from fucking Gay Boy, from Otis.
Shouts out to Otis,
it's very
man.
rare that people like him fucking, and like you've mentioned before, like I've gotten I'm only saying I in the context of you, but you've told me that you've gotten like fucking a couple of subs here and there. Not to mention some randos probably hit you up and be like, hey dude, you doing a show? Or just random shit happens where people notice. Like you notice that people are paying attention, basically.
Yeah, I gotta give a lot of shout outs tonight, because there's so many people who've recognized, like you mentioned, and people I've recognized and I feel like don't get enough recognition and need to. And of course, when you guys want to find them, links below. You'll go through each one of them. You'll find each and every one of them talented in their own craft, whatever that might be. But yeah, this is what the show's about, man. And hopefully eventually I'll get every single one of those people on this show to be able to, you know, pretty much showcase what they want, talk about what they need to, and you guys can get a better idea of what they're about other than the music. So that to me, and seeing my favorite, my favorite artists, there he goes. Seeing my favorite artists and being able to talk to them and get to know a little bit more about them, at least to me, that means a lot to me. Even seeing it on other people's shows that do this type of, platform, they have this. I feel like, to me, that excites me, being able to hear, what that person, behind the scenes, no fucking script. I love that shit, dude. And I think, this is a cool outlet for people that don't get this outlet. Because I've never gotten this outlet. I've always wanted this outlet, and now's the time. And we can say shit like this.
How would you like to suck my balls?
I
Shouts
haven't
out to
heard that
Cartman.
one yet. Yeah, it's the boy. It's your boy Eric Cartman.
But we have a couple more songs. You brought the 404 with you, dude. You had anything in mind to play?
I'm gonna play something I played yesterday that was appreciated, but it was vague because it was near the end.
Oh yeah, we got to play it like towards the middle more.
It's another. I'll say it again. I said it yesterday, but if you refer to yesterday's show, and if you just skim through it, you can find it. But
71.
It's unreleased. It's not even doesn't have a name at all. It doesn't have a name. It just,
Wow.
It was probably an entitled. It was an entitled song that I produced or just working on. I haven't finished it yet, but I got parts of a song that I was working on. I'm gonna say 2 years ago. This is it's no more than 2 years old, so it's like a year and a half. And sorry for my slurred speech. There's alcohol involved. I'll get to the point.
Yeah.
Basically,
us.
it's a year and a half old.
I second it.
It's got like some piano parts, and this is a song that I wanted to play guitar to. And this is the only reason that I'm saying all of this. The fact that like it's unreleased, and I just found out like that I had been working on it, because I'm still caught in the same feeling that I was when I made it. The fact that like I don't know if I wanted to do guitar with it, or just have vocals over it, like have someone either sing over it, or like do something more melodic. There you go, more melodic, instead of just me doing guitar parts and then like a nice lead, because that'd be nice. I can make that work too, and like basically I'm at a 50-50 where like both of those things hype me up, and I really want to choose which way to go, and I can blend them. Like I can be creative and blend them, but I really do want to give like it's also important to have a firm feel on something, because if you blend too much of too many styles, then there's no way in hell that people can actually adapt to it.
Yeah.
And I do think about the audience that way too, because that's why I do loops and stuff, and I always call that out. Like when I do loops and shit, like I'll make sure to tell people, or when I announce it, I'll be like, no, this is just more melodic, ambient. If you're into this, listen to it. If you need something to relax to, that's what it is. But this is not a beat, etc., etc. Like I specify. And this song is nothing like my loops. This song is nothing like even some of my other beats that I've been working on recently that are more microwave style, meaning they're quicker and they're more like choppy. And this is an actual like a full-length song I was trying to work on. Let's say it's like 30% done, and I took that 30% and I just put it into my sampler, and it's not done yet. And I am meaning to release this. It's just that it's interesting that it's a year and a half old, because now I have to work with an old template, like something that I was feeling back then. I have to capitalize on now with my ear, and that's not always fucking easy. Because then the only reason it's not easy, it's not that you can't do it. It's not that you're retarded or anything. It's more that like you overthink more now, because you're just like, wait, this didn't sound bad for the time, but I want to do some complicated shit over it.
Plus, more people are listening sometimes.
Exactly, you get a bigger audience. That's a better point too. Yeah, like there's more ears are listening, so you want to like. You want them to appreciate you much more, but sometimes you have to just let loose. And I'm in the process of that. I'm in the process of trying to think of like, you know what? Eventually, I'm gonna have to drop this and just put some things into it that give it a little bit of embellishments, meaning like make it shine just a little bit, not over polish it, and then let it out into the wild, because I'm not really tripping.
By the way, he's not talking about the song that's playing.
No, this is just you, Mars Bang, right?
Yeah,
it sounds like Mars Bang, but I can tell by some of the beats and. Basically, but I've gotten an understanding somehow of your music. It's really good. It's cool. It's a good thing.
You read things very well.
Yeah,
even my game playing, he understands it.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Like I'm obsessed with diagnosing things. Basically,
also, the other day he was
giving
talking
a
about
diagnosis of things.
He was mentioning himself being simple, and you know what? I really consider myself simple. And I think I'm simple.
I feel like I'm simple, but you guys put it in a good way though.
But
I understand what you guys meant, and like I think a lot of people have been telling me that too. And
you're not simple.
It's like, fuck, but it's not like it is what it is. Our minds will tell us one thing, but we're not. But we're not the world. And it's as I mentioned way earlier, it's good to actually have criticism and be like, wait, you got a point. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean,
that's why I had to like. I was like, God damn it,
I
it's 2 against 1 right now, and you guys actually convinced me. Like, I get it.
If anything, I understand that where you're coming from. You're simple to yourself, and that's good to understand yourself. That means
because you've
have
dealt
a
with
good
yourself so
understanding.
long, you
have
know.
a good understanding of what you're
It's
about.
because like I've spent so much time with myself so long that it's just easy to me, and it's like, no, dude, it's not.
Yeah, it seems. Yeah,
Yeah, like,
it doesn't seem
yeah,
easy.
we mentioned that
What you
yesterday.
do and what you understand isn't.
And
easy.
we even mentioned that yesterday.
takes
Like
very-
I took a tiny ass part of the podcast yesterday's mentioning that too in the same context where I was like, no, dude, I'll say it again. 4/8/10s is one of the most fucking
It's like he always gives a shot at that song. I
flawless songs I've ever fucking heard. Like, it's just,
Could I fix it in
I
any way?
basically I don't know. Like, I don't
Yeah.
get how the fuck you did that. And I'm not. It's not again.
Just-
When people
You're not
like,
saying.
it's like,
you're not
it's
saying.
like, it's more modesty. Like, I'm not saying you're a dickhead and you don't know how to
You're a
fucking
doofus.
produce. Yeah.
You're just saying.
It's
like
more
you
like, what the fuck were you thinking? Literally,
I don't even remember. That was one of those
That's the
songs.
good thing
that's just-
about it. That's like, I hate that and I love it at the same time. Like, you dumb bitch. It was that spontaneous that you just shit gold.
I didn't even know I was doing that. If anything, it's one of those
And
things
so, like
you
you
work
said,
on.
and as you mentioned, you're like,
You're in
that
that
was just
zone.
a chill song that I made, dude. It's not like, I don't feel like it's my best. Like, you personally don't. I know you probably don't.
If I
You
was,
know,
I
obviously,
would have put
yeah.
it out there. Like, this is check this out, dude. But if anything, like like you mentioned,
And I
like
feel like
mentioned,
it's like you're
I was
fucking.
gonna put it away. I was
feel
gonna
like
hide it.
Yeah, you said that yesterday, and I was
I was
like,
gonna hide that.
hell no,
motherfucker.
that would have been depressing, dude.
But I gave it to you because I'm like, maybe he might like it.
Yo, that song is
But
disgusting,
and whenever you're
dude.
like, what's that one song? And that's the last
Once
song
I got the
thought.
title of it, I would not stop listening to it, dude. It was one of the. I was.
What the? Yeah, oh shit, you guys fucking missed
I did
that.
it for like a millisecond, then I had to call myself out and show you what I did
Is that
because I
shit-
was like,
It's not limey or nothing.
Oh.
That's what you're looking for there.
that was some classic
But
shit.
you're just you're so.
But
into the
yeah, on that
conversation.
point where like, what may not seem complicated to you is simple, and then it's vice versa. You know, like that song, like you said, you just kind of shit out, and then you're like, man, I don't even know if I want to fucking throw this out there, man. This is just something I made. And then to me, that's it. That shit's like straight up the stairway to heaven. Your stairway to heaven, basically. That's how I feel about it.
Whoa.
It's so
again,
fucking good.
I almost wish I had it on like play. I play that motherfucker.
I have it, but we're about to just go into what I was talking about. This song is
Yeah.
untitled. It's I worked on it for a bit, and it'll be done. It's just something. The reason I put it on here is because I was surprised personally. I didn't think it was like the pinnacle or something awesome that I did. I just felt like, wow, I don't remember doing like probably like, dude, just as you said, I don't remember doing this.
Yeah, you just don't.
I don't remember fucking ever doing any of this, but I have the files for it and proof. What the fuck?
Dude, that's the best. If you saved it, that's the best part. That's all you need.
But here we go. No, Untitled by me. Played it yesterday. I wouldn't even call it a groovy track, just a good melancholy track. Enjoy it, folks.
It's unreleased, exclusive.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Up all night. Here, Jill with next. Shouts out to the listeners. I love you guys. We'll be back.
What's up? So yeah, that was like I said, it was short and sweet. It was basically that's a better way to put it too. Like I said it earlier, but it was a good way to put it in numbers. It's more like
Definitely
more
sweet.
like 30% of a song I've been working on since fucking a year and a half ago. But this year
That
I
sounded
plan
good.
to complete that. Yeah,
You know what that
I
reminded me of?
actually was. I like the
Hey,
better. I like that run because like I heard it yesterday and like I think I was still a bit too tired and fucked up. But now like I heard it and I was like, what the fuck was I doing?
It gives me a cloud image, chilling in a clouded area, like somewhere clouds,
Yeah,
kind
and
of very chill
You kind of
vibe.
missed some of the arpeggiator
blue
parts
sky.
too, where there were like, there's just higher pitched notes going on. There's a left ear and a right ear too, because if you do listen to it with headphones, things do happen.
Oh yeah,
There's one thing happening on the left and another thing happening on the right. Like, and I noticed that yesterday with the headphones. And I was like, the fuck. Like,
That definitely changes the experience
a lot.
of the listening experience. In a good way, dude. Dude. That's what I kind of fuck with, and you know, I thank the band Nine Inch Nails for that, because for me, even Pink Floyd did that a lot, but for me, when growing up, Nine Inch Nails really introduced me to that. And when I heard that shit, I'm like, whoa! I wanted to find a way to edit that and then like music myself. And when I started doing it, I mean, like I said, they've inspired me.
Dude, yeah, they're a huge influence on overall like in electronic music too, dude. But I know what you're saying, man. Like you listen to some of like your most influential favorite artist, and
That's important.
if you have that energy or that charisma in you, not everyone has it. It's what it is, you know. No one, you shouldn't be forced to have it. But when you do have it, you have that energy where you're like, as you just said, what you're talking about, dude, is no different than what I do, and that's why like it's kind of interesting that we can talk about the fact that, as you just admitted earlier, it is true. Most of us tend to see ourselves as simple, but things can be more complicated, and like that's the same thing with like what you're mentioning, like with the influence of fucking like, dude, like Nine Inch Nails and shit like that, man. There's basically roots to a lot of shit, you know. There's a lot of roots to a lot of shit, and like just learning to learn to listen to other bands. Yeah, that's my point. Like learning to listen to other bands and groups and artists, electronic artists, etc. Learning to listen to other musicians, and like ask yourself personally, how the fuck can I do that? How? You know, and when you ask yourself that doesn't mean how the fuck can I copy them.
No.
That's never the question.
You want to do it in your own way.
You legit just asked, you know,
How can I remake
do
that
How
in
can
my
I
own
make
way?
how can I make someone else, including myself, feel that way? How can I do that? Because those 3 or 4 sounds that I don't know what they're called. I don't know what that sound that I heard like at 1 minute and 30-second mark. You know, I don't know what that sound is right now as a listener, but I liked what it was, and I'm gonna go on the internet or something, or I'm gonna ask, what was that sound? I'm gonna ask someone, and eventually I'm gonna get to the core of it, and I'm gonna fucking make it myself, and I'm gonna use it in something I think sounds cool, and that's that.
It's like
What did you play that on? Oh shit, we're playing this right now.
it's a classic. Speaking of Otis, this is something Otis, me, and Nex created. I didn't mean that, but this is something we made back in like 2008.
Old, yeah, this is very old.
Kind of has a little
Yeah, it's really loud because it's trebly. It was recorded through a
tape player. I think your tape recorder or something. We
yeah,
recorded
it's
on a tape
It's a
and we put
linear
the tape.
recorder. Like basically, imagine a model of the break.
Yeah, Nex was playing guitar.
So it was like a lecture fucking microphone. Like
Otis-
the kind of little like a device. So very very low quality. But this is one of our only. This is actually our only written song ever.
Yeah, this is a song we made, and we'd always practice it. And like the more we practice it, the more
We refined it.
evolved. Yeah, we refined it so many times, but it evolved so much. And then like our
This song is more powerful every time I hear it. It's weird.
Yeah, dude.
It's weird. It grows. It goes on me.
it does too.
What
Me
the
too.
fuck am I listening to? There's even like a couple of breaks coming up where there's like a solo part. It's like in about 2 more bars.
And by the
2
way,
more measures coming
since
up.
we recorded on tape, sometimes you'll hear like a jump, like the timing gets off. That's a jump in the like the taping, like
That's how limited we're. Here it goes.
That fucking even he's keeping that fucking. Even knew this solo.
This is back when I worked hard on this solo. Damn, see, I was faster back then. I don't get how I was faster back then.
That is so powerful.
Bitch ass fingers can't do.
We were fucking like like we were just like a tripod right now, holding up a camera that's portraying an image of like what we envisioned.
It was raw. It was raw, man.
Powerful.
This is some of our rawest times in life.
It's so fucking good.
Because there was nothing in between us. There was just like
Nothing stopping us.
It was our instruments. That was it.
Yeah, we just.
There's this break. There's this break. What the hell were we riding? We're actually really good at riding.
It got real progressive.
We were really young and we just didn't have the tools.
Yeah, we even we didn't even plan anything. We just went with it.
You're right,
and the way it felt, like
we still wrote though. Like this song overall came out to be an epic.
It tells a story of its own. It
really does.
God damn.
Then it stops. And then his bass line, like you said, his bass line's so consistent.
Dude, he's so consistent.
And then he starts slapping. I remember this part.
Dude, Noel doesn't get enough credit, but he's a
cuck.
Dude, we killed it though, dude. We were such a fucking
it wouldn't have been
unit,
nothing. It wouldn't have been what it was without him.
Noel made this. He basically added the wheels, and we started rolling because of him.
He was the alchemist.
He fucking made it. Dude, you're going crazy.
Yeah,
and the timing of everything is just on point.
Him and I worked on this so much. Even like when you didn't jam with us, we'd sit there and work on it.
You had to be at the house and it's sick. God damn, it's so good.
What the fuck were we on? We weren't on nothing either.
We were sober.
Raw motivation.
Halo pizza was.
Pizza
We're hyped on
Halo.
We're hyped on Halo and pizza. Dude, imagine us redoing this today.
That's what I was thinking of earlier. I was like, man, I would break down. I would literally turn my back towards you guys and just start soloing. I've done it before. I break it down in front of many people, dude. On many things. I'm that guitarist, but I won't show you.
You go back to your old ways.
I'm like a squirrel. You'll just see me like behind a tree, kind of like, wait, what was that thing, dude? Has a tail.
You'd be selling. That's what
it'll be.
Look how it changed.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole energy.
There were 3. I've finally got the count. There were 3 change-ups in this whole song. It's so good.
And it got mellow as fuck.
Yeah, no, it's about to keep going. It stops for a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah, the timing fucks up because like
fuck.
I was waiting for his bass. Usually when I was pauses like that too, that wasn't a cut. That was me looking at him at this point,
saying wait
like
for your bass.
Yeah,
to
the bass.
Go
Because it was his bass that gives the cadence for that.
This part.
Watch what? Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that's badass.
We worked on all this.
That build-up is so good.
I still remember all of this. I remember all of this, man.
That build-up is so good.
And this is where I just surprised myself. Like this is Tony Iommi in a nutshell, dude.
Let me turn it up. God damn it. This is classic.
I don't know what
shit
I was
right
on,
here,
dude. I miss my old self. This is making me fucked up, man. This is sad.
Gotta like this shit. We didn't practice this at all until this point. We just
Not all of it. My main theme. Those metal roots. This is so raw, dude. This is insane. That Slayer influence. You hear that?
sick.
Sean Lane before I even knew Sean.
Damn.
What the hell, man?
What the fuck were we making? That was
We
crazy.
suck now, man.
We
Shame on me.
we should have kept going. Shit changed, but dude, when we come back, we're gonna be like an old band reunite. Like, I mean, obviously, I was trying to make an analogy, but it sounded stupid.
But it's
Gonna be basically.
I can't wait for it.
It's gonna be fucking.
I'm just happy I got to live this experience.
I can't. I'm
The
glad.
fact that we have this on format.
We get to hear it again. Cause imagine we could have forgot all about it.
Literally, we did this before. Like every time I hear it, I sound like it's new. It's weird.
Me too. Damn, that's so good.
After a while, we're just like, what do we just do? We're probably from the same way too. Like, I'm tired. What happened?
All right, we're trying to figure out. Okay, who's gonna stop first? None of us wanted to either.
Yeah, there was. Like you said, there was never.
We all like to keep playing. Like we all like to see. Like he's going back into it. I think we go back into it. No, we stop here.
It stops new again.
But god damn, that was good. I love hearing this.
Even this ending is like altered as fuck. Cause that's not how it ends. The original song.
We're just kind of trying to groove and find a groove within you.
We were fucking insane, dude. We did not.
We were
literally our drug was jamming.
Yeah.
We were
Really.
fiends.
Listen, it's still get. Like it looks like it's trying to find its.
It is. It just like slithers
Like,
into its own corner. Yeah.
All of us have a sound every now and then, but it's off timing. But we all want it. But it's like we're.
That's
like,
crazy, dude. There's
That's
little loops that go into each other.
Intense as fuck. Wow, dude. That was good, dude. That was a classic, dude. You guys just heard an old recording from like 2008 that we recorded on a tape player. It was the homie Otis, which he's been on the show. It was like number 56. It was like a WrestleMania special.
Cunt.
But he was on a WrestleMania special. Dude, Otis, you got to come on the show. But he was bassing. He was playing bass on the show.
Yeah,
He was
man.
bassing.
He wrote the intro part to that song.
Yeah.
Once he wrote the intro part, I wrote some chords to it, and then he's like, "We're gonna show this to Mario, dude."
and
then we showed it to him, and he's like,
happy.
"Hey, dude, hell yeah, I'm
Dude,
Mars," and he's just like, he started playing his happy ass drums and shit,
I don't-
dude. Then
I don't
from
even
there
know
it
what
was
we're
history,
thinking,
dude.
I was just glad people were down to jam. They brought something to me. Fuck it, let me try to fucking groove.
Man, that shit
Dude,
was
it's
crazy.
crazy how it happened. I know. I still can't believe that. What was that? Oh, it was like 9 years ago, almost 10.
Holy fuck!
Fuck, dude. I couldn't imagine what we'd be like. You know what? When I
Those
come
are
back,
scary numbers right there.
I want to buy a drum set, dude. A whole fucking brand new drum set. And just get back.
It's
at
inevitable. It's gonna happen.
It. Fuck, it's gonna be sick. You might actually see some live performances if we actually get it.
Yeah,
to that
eventually
point.
I'm gonna work on that too. Like, there's gonna be points to where that's what I meant too by like nothing's going anywhere and stopping, because podcast is one thing, but you know there can be what you guys are hearing is just basically idea in the works. The fact that like I do want to do some performances and do some videography in the sense that like, you know, miking things well and just getting a good band performance, you know, because Fort Worth has a lot of good bands. I'm not gonna say they don't. I think Fort Worth has some cool ass bands, and I know there's sounds that I haven't even heard yet. And you know, I won't disregard these bands, but I'd like to see more. Like, basically, what I'm saying is I want to bring what you just heard times 10 on a sick, you know,
on a new another level,
on a video level, and just quality with like, you know, people can be able to hear it, and like, and we're not just gonna go immediately raw into it. We're gonna have our own sessions and religious experiences with each other. Because that's really what it was back then. We didn't have religion. We don't have stuff. We didn't have shit. That was our religion. As I just mentioned during the song, that was like we were fiends for it. That was our drug. Like we were basically heroin addicts. The equivalent of a heroin addict to music is what we were. And if we could encapsulate that now and rehearse a little bit, I don't know what the hell would be possible, or capable of.
Wow,
Because you have
like,
to,
at this point,
you have to consider the fact that like, what was that? Maybe like my second or third year playing, and you know, in my lifetime at that point, you know, for you, we all
You've
started.
gone further, though.
No,
I mean,
I think the point is we started pretty much at the same time in our lives. I think Noel, if anything, Noel had. I'm not even kidding, dude. Noel probably had like 6-7 months over us. As soon as you got your set, Not even right. I don't know who got what first, but I think I got you got your set first. No wait, I got my guitar, then you got your set.
Yeah.
Because
I was last.
he had called. This is actually an interesting story. He had like, this is an
I
older
remember the story.
but
How
yeah,
he
he had called me just to show or to let me listen to the fact that you got a set, and then you played Slipknot, and then I was like, damn, I didn't know how to react. So I was like,
Well, that was. I
wait,
remember that.
I
It's
literally
crazy.
was like, wait, you got Mario to get a drum set? I just thought to myself like, Mark, you got what? Like,
I was
he's playing
surprised, dude.
sticks?
I got a story for you after you, dude.
But it was man, like who would have thought? You know, it got to this point.
Dude, you know how it happened,
All
dude?
because of cunt.
Fucking Otis the coldest. You know what? He actually. This is how it happened. I remember. I might have been like in 6th period in high school.
Damn, dude.
I didn't.
That's tight.
And then this motherfucker. I remember getting a text because at that time, I remember I had one of those like a flip phone. I had like what was it, Singular, whatever that phone company that charged the fucking butthole and a half.
I probably even remember that phone that you had, dude.
It was a gray flip phone, and I remember having that shit. I thought I was cool for it, but I paid like they charged me like 200. Cause I was at that time a lot of girls are hitting me up. You know, I wasn't trying to. I was texting, and once you go over the limit, they start overcharging and shit. At that point, it was ridiculous.
Dude, there was no such thing as a limited text back.
I know, right? That's exactly. That's what kind of cocksucker I am. But anyways, yeah, I paid like $206 for a Singular phone in high school. Yeah, I didn't have a job either. I know. Fuck. I was such a. Yeah. I couldn't believe it myself. But anyways, the point was, I know. Yeah, Otis called me, and he gave me a text. He's like, "Bro, I'm outside, bro. I got a badass surprise for you." And I was like, "Dude, I'm in class. I'm in class." So he went to the fucking office and requested me like he was my parent and like, "Hey, I need Mario." Like, or no. You know what he said? No, he didn't do none of that. I lied. All right, here goes. He told me, "Oh, dude, I'm outside. I got a badass surprise." I was like, "Dude, I'm in class." He's like, "Dude, we'll make an excuse." I was like, "Well." I said, fuck it. I told the teacher, hey, may I go to the bathroom? She said, yeah. I was all right. I took the pass. I ran downstairs, ran to the very far end of the parking lot of Polly, where he can scoop me up. We went to my house. I seen him in the parking lot. I got in his car. It was him and his sister. I won't mention names. And we was like, dude, we got to set this up at your house. And he had a fucking drum set. He bought, like, I don't know where, but he bought it. And he's like, dude, we're going to jam, dude.
See, yeah,
and
I
he bought me a fucking
I don't
drum
know
set.
any of this context.
We
right
drove to my house.
I don't know. He dragged you out of school for that.
Dude,
that's great.
That was fucking on. That was the best story. I was excited coming back. Like, I remember we went to my house and set it up. And he's like, dude, after school, you got to jam. I was like, dude, hell yeah. And I remember I went back in the car, went back to school, came back to the class, and no one asked any questions. Like,
That's insane.
Like, I came back and I was like, dude, how perfect was that, dude? It was
surreal.
Like, the
as
teacher
fuck.
didn't give a shit. Like, that I was kind of like 15, 20 minutes. Like, she didn't care that I missed
Otis
it.
for you, man.
Dude, that was the fucking coolest moment. Fucking Otis, dude. He bought a fucking drum set. I still
Guy's
own.
a cuck.
But we're gonna make some shit happen, dude, for sure. And I'm gonna pay that dude back.
Cunt. Cunt.
Dude, what's up with this echo? You're like in a hallway and shit.
It's a cunt.
You sound like you're saying it from
That's
a
a
hallway.
badass story, though, dude. For the fact that, like, I didn't know that's how it went down. I thought initially that it was like,
Yeah, dude bought me a drum
I
set.
forgot even what day I got the phone call, but I just remember like it seemed like a lax day, but that was probably like, was that day then? It's probably that day.
We probably jammed that night.
He wouldn't have hit me up before
Dude, that
day.
motherfucker is so persistent on us jamming, and then now he's like,
Oh, no,
he
man.
runs away like we're trying to like,
no. That's
he owes us
that
money
is
or
the-
something.
That is the actual that is the question. That's like
Is he still down?
that is the question, dude. This is life. This is what life does to you. I just think it's interesting that everything does go full circle. It's cool as shit, you know, because you're right. Like, this is a person who would fucking shove jamming like down our throat like consistently, and like even in really oppressive ways, which was not bad, like, because we were young, and he was the only one with like any sort of maturity at that time. So it was just interesting to think that now it's the complete opposite, for me at least. Like, not just with like I can boast. I can be a cuck and boast and be like, oh, if you look at all the gear I got, but that's not what it's about. It's about what I know
What you can do with
about
it.
the gear. Yeah, like I wouldn't have fucking bought this shit if I didn't know what I was doing with it. and I wouldn't have spent $400 on a piece of plastic with a fucking aluminum fucking face. You know?
No, I'm gonna do that.
I thought that would have been perfect, basically. And so now we're at the reverse point, and it would just be nice, you know, if the fuckhole's listening. It would just be nice. He has a bass, he has an amp, and if he doesn't have any of that, I don't give a shit. We can go direct. We can go directly into there, and I have units that can. Basically, he's not a cuck. I know if I give him the right tools, I can model whatever sound he wants and needs. He's a real simple guy too. I started with this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? This guy, like,
He knows what he's doing.
this guy was there when I got my first guitar. That's a funny story, but it's not a terrible story. It's just overall, like, he was there. I went to a long story short, went to a pawn shop with my dad and him, and we got an Epiphone Special 2. It was a black guitar, and don't own it. I'm one of those people that don't own their first anything. You know, I'm always that much of a dick. I was a huge barter. I'd sell stuff and trade it and swap it. It got to the point where I sold my first amp and I didn't sell my first amp, actually. My first amp got sold by a junkie.
A junkie?
Now
Somebody steal
that's
it?
a story, but
Somebody
that's
stole
also
it?
another short story. Basically, a good friend of mine that I practiced guitar with when I started playing, about the first year in, basically, he played guitar too. He had a cheap guitar and like a little starter amp like me, but my shit was louder than his, and it was a little more unique, but we still jammed because he was like not bad, and I was new too, so I didn't give a fuck, you know. I was brand new, so I love just like, you know, showing my guitar to anyone and talking about guitar and literally
Just
seeing
shredding.
seeing what they could do, you know, and just being you know, being fucking normal about it, you know, like trying to share ideas and see how they do things with their fingers. Literally, I was paying attention to all that even when I was first starting. I was like, man, I want to see what they do to get to where they're at, and basically, he's one of my best friends. It's ironic, too. All of this is very ironic because that fella's cousin that I'm mentioning right now, the dude who, and long story short, I said that twice. This fella that I jammed with and I used to practice with, I let him borrow my amp and he sold it because he was that much of a junkie. He was real young, too. He's just one of these kind of cats that would huff. And just like this.
Oh, no bueno.
He would just do stupid shit, man.
So
And,
some of the
like,
most talented
and
people
he was
do some
exactly.
fucked up
My
shit.
point is, like, good heart for the time being, and then he just ended up being a really big loser, you know. And he
That
even
sucks.
started
If
la-
anything,
and it got to the point, and like, you know what I mean by this, like, and it sucks, but it got to the point where like he even started lashing out on his own family,
not good.
and I know his family, and like this is the
Families
point, yeah, this is the
most
point that
important.
I'm going out to as well, is that ironically speaking, now this is the point that I was going to segue into. That same guy, the guitar that I have now that you'll see me play on streams and etc. 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 This has been years. I haven't really talked to this guy much, and he's communicated with me here and there. He tried to rap and stuff too, but without exposing too much, I don't give a shit about anything that he does really. But ironically speaking, the guitar that I play now that I love and like I adore, and the only guitar that I really write on, that I've written everything on for like the past maybe 2-3 years, I'd say 2 years, was sold to me by his cousin, his younger cousin, which also sort of like excommunicated him. But I'm very, very close with his cousin. And there's a loop. If you look hard enough and you're listening right now, there's a loop on my SoundCloud. It's under a loop playlist. It's called Loops. It's just a playlist that I built with all my personal music on there. And they're all just the loop ambient bass sort of stuff. And there's a loop in there called PSX. I think it's PSX1. And it's not even uploaded by me, but I put it on that playlist because it's played by me. I made that song, and I handed that song to this person's cousin. It's a good friend of mine who sold me this guitar. He's also a guy who used to mess with audio engineering, and he was just a really cool. He's still a good mate. He just hit me up tonight too, but it was way earlier, and he actually gave me a shout out during my last stream. He's a good mate of mine, and that's his cuz. So like he sold me that guitar. So as I mentioned earlier, it's pretty interesting how it's also just like ironic how things come full circle. You know, like
They seem
as
to,
they
right?
say, you know, it's a small fucking world. It really
Life
is.
seems to have a way about coming full circle.
It's
doesn't it?
weird as balls. You know, sometimes it's not always good either.
Dude, speaking of your stream, how great it was. There's something I want to acknowledge, as well as the gameplay. I was fucking. I loved seeing some old Melee footage, but hearing the music and the music, I went to check it out immediately after I heard. Actually, she told me about it, and I got a little preview of it. But I have a song right here. I actually want to play real quick from the homie, the Purple Dialect, the guy you introduced
It's an
me.
artist I found through this like private group on Facebook. Basically, I said it on my last stream, but I'll say it again that it's just a group with like a bunch of sample heads, people who make beats and are really just bigger on sampling, like a lot of sample heavy sort of chop Dilla stuff.
They make some good stuff, and what I heard on
and,
what you were
I
playing.
found an artist called Purple Dialect out of nowhere. I didn't. That wasn't originally how I knew his name because everyone on that group goes by their first name, so I don't know his first name. You know, but, he posts a lot and he posts like videos. Everyone posts videos on their stuff, and you know, and like everyone, there's a lot of support and love in that group. And
obviously, his first name is Purple.
Yeah,
I'm just joking.
That's hilarious.
I've been watching.
But this fella's
he
posted a fucking he posted a video one time of himself on you know, on that group, like some like phone video, and I've seen several. And then one day he posted a link to one of his beats, and that like he said, "Go check out my Bandcamp. This is from a tape." And this is about a month ago, and I found it, and then I've always had the folder on my computer, and then just about 3 days ago, I finally like fully listened to it because I've heard his beats just from those snippets, you know, but I wanted to listen to his whole tape, and I did. I thought it was really fucking good, and he's got a Bandcamp and shit, and he's one of those people that is more of your name your price kind of deal, which means whenever they do that, a lot of the times you can just get away with, you know, downloading it free, and that's not how you're supposed to view it. But that's the really cool thing about it too, though, because let's say you really really like that album, and you know, instead of like paying them fucking $5, you're like, yeah, man, I'll you know what, I got like $14 I can spare.
Someone willing to pay that money. There's
Something
people out there.
Something obscure, you know, like it isn't exactly.
I might have to
or
join
even if it goes under that, I
I'd love-
wouldn't. If I had a beat tape, and I, you know, because I would. That's more than likely what I'm going to do when I release one is to name your price. So if people want to pay $0 and just download, that's fine. But if someone goes as near as like, because that's some of my first beat tape, you know, at that point I'm not really tripping about that, you know, because like, it's so. That's another topic, by the way, but it's so fucked up that me personally speaking, as an artist or whatever, I don't want to sound too pretentious, but the reason I even said that and I didn't mention that word is because like I'm so bothered by that idea, and it doesn't trigger me. I'm not like a bitch about it. I get it, but I fucking hate the concept of money in music, and I understand making. It's weird.
I get my shit out for free.
Basically,
But you a sucker. I hear somebody telling me that.
Yeah, it
For saying
makes
some
sense.
shit like that.
I understand the idea. I understand the idea of getting paid
He's
at
trying-
something you're good at. I get that.
But,
But at the same time, I don't define my. I don't have. That's not a threshold to me.
yeah, we don't define
That-
myself by
there's-
money. How much
yeah,
money
there's
I
not
get
a
by
red.
him.
There's not a red line anywhere about that. You know, like that I'm reaching or going past, because my creative outlet's my creative outlet, and I don't know. That's just that was a whole other.
I'm the same way.
I knew it as a whole other topic, and I lost track of the original.
My bad.
subject.
If
That was,
anything,
that was me. I did that to
you
myself.
were definitely going on a flow right now. But what I kind of wanted to mention, dude, that whole name your price thing, dude, I would totally love to do that with my.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that with what I got because I got them in albums, and if someone, dude, even zero, the fact that somebody would download,
Yeah,
I'd be like,
that's
whoa.
exactly the point I was making.
That's
So,
the cool part. It's
As
like,
I just
whoa,
mentioned,
it
like
took
if
time
someone were to throw out a small number, you know,
even a penny.
and that's how I got to that topic of saying that, because legit somehow my brain has managed to tell me sometimes. Basically, dude, when I hear musicians, anyway, even musicians I respect, a lot of musicians, you know, even some of my own personal friends and
so many to name, right?
that talk about making money in shows, and anytime money is involved in music, something happens to my head, and I don't disregard them by any means. I'm still listening, and I understand that they're people, and that they have, as I said, you need to eat. I fucking get it. You need to stay
Some
hungry.
people, have families.
Shit like that's important, but when it comes to music and that, and once the idea of music is embellished too much by this like money, I guess let's say that it's fucking annoying. It's like it loses maybe even this whole thing that we just did right now, listening to, like, hopefully people listen to that point, but earlier we're listening to some of our old band takes, and this is paying a testament to what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Maybe I think I was brought up sometimes too organically, with my bandmates. So the people I started making music with, you being one of them, it was, as you mentioned, it was very, very, very organic. It was very, like you said, it's as if we came out of the same womb, creatively speaking. We didn't come up from the same backgrounds. By all means, we did not come from the same backgrounds.
We appreciate. We had a similar taste in music.
We had such an appreciation just for the idea of getting together with people that you seem are chill for that moment, and then you're like, wait a minute, dude, like this is tight. Like, we actually thrash and like we mob to a lot of the same bands. So like,
we really
let's try this out. And when we did it, and maybe that's that part of me that is so turned off by the idea of just money and music, or how much you're gonna charge for a beat, or how much am I. And so exactly, just like that better than I do.
Benjamins don't mean shit to me.
Nothing at all.
Benjamins don't mean shit to me,
like, you're talking to the Cuck Free Boy show for like the longest. Like,
they don't mean
when
shit
it gets to that point, like, I'll do it just for the fact that, like,
I work.
Wait, that's fucking next. Like, he's gonna play like on fucking 8th Street Thursday, dude. I gotta go see that shit. That dude's a guy. He streams all the fucking time, dude. Once I see that dude live,
let's see that motherfucker live, motherfucker. Let's see that motherfucker do what he does.
And I'm waiting on that. Even if it's like only 8 motherfuckers, I'm like, yeah, that's my shit, man. What's up, mate? Let's go. Dude,
fucking
smoking out.
I'd go see fucking next live. Dude, I wanna go see everyone that performs live that's local. I want to go see every one of you guys.
I'm like
live.
You in the sense,
God
especially
damn.
even when I especially when I'm drinking. That's why we do this. Like, that's why you podcast and I stream and I drink and I just talk to people. Like,
that's why we vibe. That's why we're on the same level.
Literally, like, money don't mean shit to us. We're literally, you said it on your podcast before, we're about the fucking love.
I'm about the love, the music, and family. That's all that matters.
We straight up did start to organic though. It was so good though, man. We really did start on some like collective farm shit, dude.
You fucking new hipsters, you new purses and all that weak bullshit. Dude, get away from me with that shit. Dude, this is about the real shit. We're going to keep representing that and shit. This is what we want to represent. The people who do it because they fucking love the art of it and what it comes with. And
basically, we're realistic, too. We know that right now, like...
posers...
Dude, that's like... Shout outs to that. God, dude, that's a bad... Yeah, so fuck all the posers, by the way. But,
Death and hatred to all posers.
That line that Cobain that said, and I'm going to butcher it a little bit, but God, I love that line. It resonates to what we're talking about. It's like, I think it was on a... Was it Teen Spirit? I think it was that. It's a little group. Always been and always will until the end. That's literally, that's that. Think about that. Like, I love that. That's why I loved grunge growing up. And that's what got me into guitar playing. Because Gay Boy, that let out crew. God, dude. I love that. And then another line that's just is similar to me, just to me personally, is, what is it? 1979 by your boys, dude. I was listening to Pumpkins today, dude. What is it? God damn it. We don't even care.
Damn, that was a good...
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that band, dude. That band is sick.
Smashing
I wish
Pumpkins
you could play them without getting sued, mate. You know
underrated. I'd love... Yeah. Dude, if I could do that, dude, I'd be playing all my favorite hits as well as the locals.
Dude, we play some Korn, fool. You're gonna make Korn intros, dog. I mentioned to him yesterday that I still like, because we were talking, that was actually a conversation. I don't know if we had it on the podcast, but like,
you know, mentioned
there are always those like bands that you do sneak around, like, you know, on the low when you're solo.
I listen to him.
You Spotify or YouTube. He's right. The Mars is one of those few people that. Well, what'd you say?
I was rocking POD the other day. He was laughing at me. I was rocking We Are, and the only reason is because I had that fucking album, and I like when it comes to like old music I haven't heard, and it's like I threw it in my MP3 to be like, dude, I haven't heard in a while. Let me rehear it to remind myself either I like it or I hate it.
Or the older lads that will not show any shame in We Are.
I was folding my clothes and putting it away into that fucking song, and I was listening to it like I felt like a fucking 6-year-old listening to it, but like it was just. I listened to it anyways.
Like a 12-year-old listening to Korn. I fucking love it.
It's nostalgic. It takes me back.
I love it.
Like, it takes me back.
I love Korn.
You know what I love about nostalgia? Like when
it's all just tight, dude.
Dude, what it does?
It gives you a rush.
It gives me a rush, and it reminds me what I'm living for. Like, remember being a kid and being excited for life, like what I wanted to do when I was older, and I go back to that mind frame for just a little bit while I'm listening to that song.
a little lens.
It takes me back to where I was when I first heard that song, and I'm like, dude, I remember being a kid,
I understand
wishing
that. You're
I was
right,
doing
you're
this,
right.
and when I hear that shit, it's like a.
That's how I feel about
it's
that
a
one song that
nostalgic
everybody
rush.
mocks. That one that was on the Mitsubishi commercial. The days go by and
And still I think of you. Dude, that song's bad fucking ass. What, dude, that song's good. Takes it back to the 90s, doesn't it?
I think that was for me. That
Days
was early
go by.
2000s, dude.
I have that
For
somewhere
me,
in my
that was
MP3
early.
player.
I remember watching the. Have you ever seen the music video for it?
I haven't, but I
So good, man. All it is basically, dude, is a dude in front of a little diner. I think it's like a store or a diner. It's legit. All it is a dude in front of a diner or some sort of store with cardboard and
and he's breakdancing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember
I
that.
remember
90s
watching that and I was just
MTV.
like, yeah, dude, this is so good. This is so
It's
good.
good, dude. It really is. I'm so about all music because every song,
And even the beginning too is like,
dude. I'm a huge fan of female vocals, dude. I love hearing females just
that
really
was a
fucking.
dude though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, you sound like a
Female
fucking
was a
bitch.
shit. No, it's a dude with like a filter in his voice. It's
Kind of random. Jump in another subject. I heard something about Manson having some type of movie documentary, something he's making.
He was been having to release like an album for I don't know how long, and his fans
Not
are
even an
pissed.
album or movie or something.
No,
he
but
has
his
going.
fans like have been waiting for an album for a while supposedly. Like,
I believe it. Yeah,
only
but he's
reason I
been
know
working
this
on that
too is
movie.
'cause, like,
Probably.
there's like at least 2 YouTubers that I know that are big Manson fans, and they're like, man, last
that
year,
fuck-
they're like last year he said he was gonna do this shit, man. What happened? And they're like, what the fuck, dude? We were excited for this and you didn't do it. And I was like, damn, dude.
Always a Manson fan. I don't give a shit what he's doing. He's
No, I
still.
mean, I've been a Manson fan. I just think
him
that's-
just. But go on.
It'd be interesting to see what he do nowadays, though, and what he talk about too. Cause he's a controversial dude in the sense that, like, he writes. He's writing about some interesting shit. Cause even his older
Holy
poppy
fuck.
songs that are like more popular, they're still pretty interesting. Like,
Yeah, they have a good
the
point.
same thing with NIN, dude. Like,
Nine
dude,
Inch
that
Nails.
God, money, God, oh, dude.
God,
do anything for
I'll
you.
do anything for you. God, money, just tell me what you want me to. God, money, now me up against the wall. God, money, don't want everything, he wants it all. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take that away from me. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take it. You can't fucking take that away from me. Head like a hole, black as your soul.
This shit is so bomb.
God
dude.
damn, dude, I miss
Bow
these-
down before the
one you serve.
And that fucking crazy sample. Stupid
Dude,
as shit.
God damn, dude. Trent
When I first
Reznor,
heard
dude.
that, yeah, dude. As you
God
mentioned earlier
damn.
about NIN, like there were things I heard in
Trent
9 Inch
fucking
Nails, the
Reznor.
songs that were just like, what the fuck?
Was he fucking?
This is
big?
gorgeous.
Like
Like there was
as a kid, I was
another
like this.
song on the Further Down the Spiral, that remix album. Like there's a song. Oh fuck. I just know this-
Which song did he do? Because he did so many remixes of his own
Yeah,
song.
dude, you're
but
right,
goddamn,
you're
as a kid, I thought, dude, I remember being a kid like, this guy's a G. How did he do that? What was he thinking? I was a kid thinking that, but like seeing it now, and like the tools he had in like, but still, he was fucking ahead of his time.
No, they were.
with what he used and how
No,
he
dude,
made
they
it
were.
sound. Like
No,
he
no doubt.
manipulated
That's what I
these.
mentioned. We were mentioning earlier, like the fact that
damn.
like
He made me
a lot of these older hits. That's how
wanna like
exactly.
he made me wanna like be a part of like he wanted me to I wanna try to fucking manipulate my own sound. Like he made me think I could do it. Same with Slipknot's Joey Jordison. A lot of these people I grew up and I was like, wow, you guys do it, and he's like
That's important, dude. Yeah.
having those
Well, I
influences,
mean, you
strong
gotta have,
influences.
You gotta have innovators. You gotta look up to, man, because it's like you're carrying the torch. I said that before. Before I got here yesterday to fucking Rishi, that was mentioning the fact that like it's interesting that like as a person, because many times you tend to perceive yourself as young, and not even just like in an egotistical sense, like, no, I'm not old. No, more like you do still have a young mind. You get what I'm saying? Like you can have a young mind. You can kind of forget about the times, and you can mature obviously, but having a young mind is different. You can be a mature person and still have a youthful sort of presence. And you tend to forget age. You tend to forget like numbers and
what
how
that
long-
means, because
like
that's
you
not
mentioned
important.
earlier, like this song is probably like 8, 9 years old, 10, and like that fucking baffled me. because it makes
Yeah.
you feel old.
The song we made? Yeah, because to me, you're still the young kid that's fucking talented and still beyond ahead of his time to me. And it's like to think you're like 20, you're 23, 24, 25.
No, dude, I'm
How
20, 25.
25. See, to me, you're still
Yeah.
young. Like to me, like
Yeah, perception's real. Exactly.
Here's a way to put it into perspective. To me, I seen this and it really resonated with me. I thought
It's
when you
insulting
think
that you thought I was 23.
no, you're young to me. But anyways, like what I
It's
mean is
funny,
like
though.
all right, 30 years ago, what do you think of?
25, mate.
When you think 30 years ago, to me, I think the 70s.
That's true.
And then it's
What do
like
I think of 30 years ago? Yeah, I kind of think of 70s
but it's really
too.
been 50 years now.
Holy shit.
50 years since the 70s. Think about that. So when you listen to Zeppelin, that was 50 years ago. That was almost half 100 years. I mean, when you think about that, to me, I still consider 30 years being the 70s. And it's like, no,
Yeah, I
dude.
get what you're saying. Yeah,
to
that's
the
a good
70s
point.
now are the 90s. The 90s are the new 70s.
That's fucking crazy.
Dude, speaking of, I'm a huge fan of the 70s show, and I'm surprised they don't have that 90s show yet. Because
They
they
tried
would.
to do with the 80s show, and I don't think it was
It was
successful.
weak. It was weak, but all they need is a right.
I think it scared them off to not do the 90s show, though.
I would-
That's probably what happened.
Also, they're doing that other show that they got going,
Which one?
The Ranch.
I've never even seen that.
It's pretty good. I
What
think
is
it's the same writer. They're using the guy that Danny Masterson, the guy who played Hyde, and the guy who played Kelso, and they have them, but it's a new format. It's like they're older. They live on a ranch, and they have this older. It's pretty funny. It's the same format as that 70s show, except it's on Netflix, and they don't have to. They're not censored, so they can kind of really talk about what they need to, and they can say shit and fuck. And it's funnier, and if anything, they're bringing back some of the old characters. Like they brought Fez, like he's a character in there, but they're not the same characters. There's no connection.
Yeah, they're just using the cast.
And then from what I heard, this new season coming up, they have the girl, the Pinciotti Donna, and they have what's her name, Jackie. They're coming back, and they're trying to get the Topher, which is what's his name, Eric Foreman. They're trying to get him to
Topher, dude? I don't know that.
Eric Foreman, the guy that was the main kid in the show. His dad was Red Foreman.
Oh, fucking A.
They're trying to get him
that
on,
kid?
but they have not heard from him. They're trying to get him just to come in and as a.
He probably did a bunch of ketamine and disappeared off the world.
I don't know what he's doing. He's getting all serious in other movies and stuff, but
Probably did a bunch of ketamine.
that was
and
kind of a little
serious
random.
movies.
That was a little dude. I had this show. We've been talking about this. Like we do it. I love when we kind of like. Okay, I'm gonna go back, like a couple scenes back. But we're talking about Purple Dialect, and I wanted to play a song. We never got to that song, but I'm gonna play that song right now.
Oh, yeah.
This one's called Forest Fortress, which sounds fucking awesome.
Oh,
Everybody-
this is actually, no, my bad. The beat tape is called Forest Fortress. But
Oh, that's what the beat-
song-
okay.
The song has a title. It's
okay, yeah, Smoke in the Cavern.
All right, here we go.
Smoke
This
in
is
the
about Purple
Cavern.
Dialect, based out of Pennsylvania. Check them out.
I'm gonna put the links below.
Links are below, man.
I will add them for future
Definitely
reference.
give
Come
'em a
back
download,
and check it
Pay
out.
some respects. Peace.
Shouts out Purple Dialect Up All Night. We'll be back.
This is a forest, like any other, isn't it?
Then why do the leaves never fall here? Or the snow? Why is it always spring here?
least 3 of them at separate times have gone in there and have become lost and disoriented.
Yo, dude, that was a good song, dude, by Purple Dialect. That was title left here. Okay, it was Smoke in the Cavern. Damn, that was a good song, dude. I could imagine so many people freestyling that. We're sitting here munching Cheetos up all night. Munchy game strong. Anyways,
sound effects that
I was talking. Oh, that was funny. Something funny. Anyways,
Night.
goddamn, dude. So much good music. What do you got going over there?
Nah, I'm just moving shit around. I'm about to play maybe a song or two. I played the same yesterday, but I want to replay this one. It's one that is even more fucking undone. Not undone, but this one actually made all on the sampler and not, I didn't transfer it like the last one that you heard. That was the last one was something that was transferred from a software, basically, if I had to put it in layman terms. So this one is actually just raw, my own human metronome, catching the swing and rhythm of the beat. But wasn't sure what to call it yet, and I'm working on it. This isn't the final product, but this is an idea of how it's gonna sound.
Yeah, usually the name kind of comes along later whenever you get the song finalized and you feel like, okay, this is what I feel from the final.
Yeah, that's true. That's how I am too.
Me too. I'd name
Some
it
people
whatever.
are different, but I wait usually till it's like near ending or ending.
I would name it something stupid at first. And like later I'll be like, why did I name that stupid name? And some people end up calling it and I kind of embarrass them, like, dude, I didn't really intend for that to be the final title. But it is what it is, man. And these hot Cheetos are fucking awesome. They're good. Goddamn flaming hot Cheetos are the bomb. Aren't they? Just damn, dude. There's so many topics we could have jumped on with what's going on. There's so much going on, dude. Even before the show, we were jumping on topics like, and when Next was passionate about some of these topics. It was hard enough to get the show started and like to get him going. But once you start the show, it's kind of like a pause. Like, oh shit, it's about to start. It starts and it's like you kind of forget all that.
Things become staggered.
It's weird. That always happens, even for me. Every time I do this show, even myself, I have a strong opinions or like really strong ideas in the beginning, and once the show starts, I forget everything I had to say. Oh yeah, I was forgetting to get that thing, but you know what? The show's been going on pretty solid. How you feeling right now?
I'm about to play this last track.
You have one in mind?
That I have, yeah.
I'll play one after you.
That's cool. This one is again unreleased and something that it's not even done. Like I said earlier, it's to give you an idea of what I've been working on, but this is like rough draft as fuck. Check it out. I think I'm gonna hit the left ear real quick.
It's kind of like ill-balanced. Last day of the Up All Night show, by the way, guys. So I might actually include that later. But here's an exclusive song from Next. He mentioned that he used as a metronome.
Well, yeah. I said he, like I'm fucking.
He does.
He's there.
He actually does from time to time.
What I meant by that was I did everything on this beat that you're hearing right now. That little thing, your segment you're about to hear. Every single thing was done on a sampler. Nothing was aided by a computer. So you sort of use what I meant by human metronome is you sort of use your feel of your own head and your mind or how you're moving at that time. You basically build the beat raw, without any sort of reference. You don't have that din 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 din. You don't have any of that. You just have your groove. And so I built this with some drums, I separated different pads and stuff, and then the dun 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 you're about to hear. There's a bass line in there. That bass line I did through there's a sample I recorded a while back, and I exported it from a DAW and just use it there. And it's only all it is a simple dun 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 dun, and I manipulated it, and so there's different things to it. And this is an idea, like I said, an idea of what I strive for every now and then. It's not always like that, but
You want my Cheetos?
damn, you didn't finish your Cheetos, dude.
Not that I didn't want to, but I'm being a good host and offering you the rest of my Cheetos.
Dude, you could have devoured your own Cheetos.
I can, but I get kind of sick of. I can't be that guy. I'm getting over your Cheeto fingers, and every time I eat Cheetos, it makes me want to drink. So I'm just, fuck it, I'll just eat. If you don't want to, I don't give a damn. I'm just kidding. No, go ahead and take some.
Here we go, though. Untitled as well.
I feel like a kid in a movie theater right now.
And again, this hasn't had a title because in many ways, what you're hearing is going to be used eventually, or parts of it. But that's the thing about it. I don't name it. I'm not naming it right now because it was done so fast that it's just something that I've made. Literally, it's like this is a fucked up way to put it. It really is, but it's my music, so I at least I can say that about it without feeling or without insulting anyone. But it's like saying, do you name your pieces of shit?
I do. I name them after people I hate.
If you actually do that, then you're a very unique person. But most of the time, I view music like pooping. You know, when I poop, it's just a turd that came out of my ass, and it made me feel good.
Sometimes you get a gold
Or
nugget.
even a better way.
Some of them make you feel more
Even a
relieved than
better way.
others.
This is a better way, and this is like shout outs to Alan Watts. This is actually what he said, and not necessarily exact quote,
Alan
but
Watts.
this is like legit. This is a line that he used. You don't go documenting like your farts, basically. This is something he heard from another master. It's like when you fart, you just fart. It comes out.
You don't document it. You don't say, "Hey, I
don't
farted
say,
at
yeah.
2:53 p.m. at Tuesday" or some shit.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
Excuse me, I didn't mean. But that's basically what you do with music. You don't document why or when you make it. You just do it because it came out.
And that's how this song
Makes sense.
was. And I think like a high percent of my songs are becoming, and it is what it is.
In layman's terms, this is a pedo.
This is a song called
But
pedo, but in Spanish, because if you put it in English, that'll mean you're a petter ass.
Better.
It's
Anyways,
a petter ass, dude.
Up All Night, dude. Let's check it out. We'll be back. Ooh.
Test. What's up, y'all? I had a little technical difficulty, but we're just getting some shit cleaned up. Had a tiny spill here. The song I was playing earlier, that was an actual release song. I played the wrong track. This is the unreleased song I was talking about. But the song you heard just right now, that's actually on my SoundCloud, and that's called Seekers. I just released that. But what I'm about to play is what I meant. It was just really, really fresh. That was also made fresh off the bat. But here comes this unreleased shit. Was a microwave beat right there for you.
And that was one of you said that was one of your personals.
Basically, at this point, yeah, no one else has heard it, but like, I think it was heard yesterday, but it was pretty late. It's pretty late now, but you know, it is what it is. We got. He said, "What is it?"
That's a dick.
You ready?
That's a dick.
He says Clyde's a dick.
Clyde? Who?
Clyde?
Who's Clyde, dude?
I don't know. It's one of the kids on South Park.
Damn, I'm trying to remember who he is.
Clyde. He's the one that's always arrogant that gets the bitches and like, but he's kind of he's a dick. He really is. Cartman is the truth, man.
Yeah, Cartman just calls it for what it is, dude.
He really does. He's a fucking bastard.
Just straight
little
up,
fat bastard.
goddamn it, dude. I just remember him yelling "goddamn it" all the time.
He has some good points sometimes, except when he was like playing Adolf Hitler. Even then, you know,
That's hilarious. Though. It's satire.
it really is.
Yeah, you can't take comedy serious. He's Eric Cartman, for fuck's sakes. He made. I mean, you
really can't take.
If you think him being Hitler was triggering, that dude made a dude eat his parents.
He did. That was a sick
That's fucking
show.
triggering.
That was
That's more brutal.
wow. Yeah, he bragged about it on
And I
some
was like,
shows
dude,
too.
he was sinister too. Yeah, he was like, ah, he got in his
Dude.
face about it.
He fucked that kid, dude.
Eric Carmen is actually sadistic.
He really is. He's a sick bastard. Sick little fat bastard.
He's actually a very sick fat bastard.
Funny one though. Fuck, dude.
I think that's why everybody likes him. Just like the same way.
He's what you think, but in a cartoon.
And you haven't checked it out yet though, but that's how what's his name? Rick is from Rick and Morty. Rick is an old, straight up. He's just a drunk grandpa. Swear to God, he's a drunk.
Rick and Morty's the one. Yeah, I have not seen any of those shows, but
and
I hear a lot about
that
it.
dude Rick, he resonates a lot with that sort of attitude. He just fucking does stupid shit, but he's like every time he says something, it's ridiculously true.
The one skit I did see, killing the Simpsons, and they try to recreate him and bring
Really?
him back. They crashed into their show. You know,
I haven't seen that.
It was one where like
It's probably like a mini-sode.
they finished the whole theme of the show, like the intro, and when they're all on the couch, a spaceship hits, and it's that old guy and a kid, and they're like, "Oh my God, you killed the national treasure! It's the Simpsons. You killed him. Now take him back to the lab." And it was this lab where they make cartoons.
Was that on The Simpsons?
I don't know what the hell.
Probably on The
I seen it on the internet,
Oh shit!
but when I seen it, I was
Probably
like,
made
"Dude, this is." It probably was just a skit, but it was.
I would have seen that shit.
Yeah, that was pretty sick, dude. Whenever I heard about it, dude, it was just like, dude, this is good. It was pretty interesting. Kind of made me consider checking it out, but like I said, if it's not on something I can just pick up easy.
You had some ambience on the other day too, right?
When
Yesterday,
did I?
it had chick samples on it, and it was like really, really ambient. It had no beat.
Really?
Yeah,
Yesterday? When we were hanging out?
dude, you played an ambient track.
Hmm.
It was.
Now I'm curious. I don't know. Did I say it was mine?
Yeah, you said like, cause I talked about soundscapes and shit, and you were like, yeah, I've been working on some minimal stuff, and you showed this one that had this chick sample in it.
I'm thinking. I can't even. I don't know. I don't recall whatsoever.
Damn, you must have been that back then.
No, I wasn't that fucked up.
That's what I'm saying.
I remembered most of it.
If
If anything,
anything,
was it at the end of the show?
Yeah, near that. Yeah, it was near the end of the show. You could probably locate that bitch eventually, but it was
Yeah, I'm looking. Female. It was just like a female ambient, like.
yeah, it was her vocals. Maybe it was like some instruments or something, but it wasn't like there was no drum track at all.
Damn, now I'm really. Nope. You know, it might have been something new. Who knows? It might have been something new I was working on.
Probably super new, because when I heard it, it was on point.
Damn, I had to check it out. But I don't know if I could probably end this with 2 songs, or how you feeling tonight? You go on another rant?
We can end it, man. I'm good.
I was about to say, I almost want
I'm gonna get some grub soon.
I feel you, dude. The other night I went to Whataburger.
Hey.
I took my dogs with me and I got them
really?
some tenders.
That would've been tight.
I threw them in the back. I had one in the front seat and I had Marley in the
they're only
back.
2 now, right? He's asleep over there, isn't he?
Yeah, dude, he's sleeping like a
chilling
fucking
hard.
baby. Yeah, this little fucker. And Marley was in the back seat. We went to Whataburger and I got them some tenders.
Dude.
And
that's
I got me a
fucked
burger
up.
and
I
some.
bet they were happy with that.
I think they split 3 tenders between them. They dug it though. Marley loves anything he.
Yeah,
didn't-
dude. That dude loves any snack. That's how my dog is. They're fucking fiends for snacks. They're whores, dude.
They dug it. They were scared. I just took them for a ride because I feel like you dogs live a short life. You deserve a little ride.
That's how I feel about my dog. Like
around
I'm
the
gonna
area.
feel like basically, in a nutshell, every dog owner knows. You know, like if you love your dog, it may have crossed your mind that you're gonna feel like 5 billion times more shitty when your dog is dead.
Fuck yeah.
For,
dude,
you know,
it's
you're gonna mourn
upset-
for a bit. So like, just to get over that, know that like take advantage of the time you have with your pet.
I took Marley to the dog park.
That's
and
tight.
we went jogging.
I gotta take him to.
I took him to
I took
Gateway.
my
We
dog to the
started
park
jogging.
way back, but I need to do
Not
that.
jogging, we
dude.
just
I need
walked.
to take him to the park.
I took him just so he can kind of get a smell.
My dog
of-
loves other dogs too. I've never actually seen him like get too mad at any other dogs.
My dog's dominant. He goes and tries to fight
Yeah,
the biggest thing he
gets
can
pissed
find.
off.
Dude, the other one time I took him, he
Dog's
tried
the
to fight a
opposite.
Great Dane. And the one time I wasn't there. He was trying to get in a fight with a dog, and then the guy that wasn't like me or like he was just the guy, the dog's
Your
owner.
dog is hood as fuck.
He grabbed Marley by his neck, and then Marley turned around and bit him, and he got pissed off. and he called the cops, and then they took Marley. He basically went to dog jail for like a week or two, and I didn't have Marley for like a week or two because they were testing him for rabies.
Is this fucking real?
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
And he went to
let
dog
me
jail,
just
but
explain what I heard. This is fucked up too, though, because I would not react to any of this.
my sister took him to the park without me.
Oh,
It wasn't me there.
I thought it was you.
If it was me there, dude, I would have
that's why I'm
fucking.
kinda
I would have
confused,
handled
like-
shit. I'd have been
Yeah.
like, "Give me my dog,
Yeah,
motherfucker,
you know
get
your
back."
dog. You know you're like
But
you're
my
like, come on,
sister,
dude.
she doesn't understand. He's dominant, and he tries to fight the biggest and baddest
So
dog. he
this
can
dude,
find.
this dude just defended himself because he was being grabbed by someone he knows being defended. Normal as an animal.
And then he attacked the guy trying to grab him, pull him, and then
Yeah, my own dog's in that to me. You know, that's normal. Like, because I've lifted my dog before to try to like.
But he
calm
got
him down.
scared and thought he had rabies, so he called the police. The police called the pound. The pound took him in for a week
And
or
so
two.
he just. Oh
So he was in dog jail for like 2 weeks, but
chode.
Marley did that shit because some guy got worried. But it's because that's the way, dude. I can't let Marley
Yeah, you
off
can't
the
let him
leash.
with anyone else.
I
either.
can't let him off the leash. I
they
have to
don't-
take him and walk him myself, and it's not a bad thing. I actually like it. I can walk him, and he pulls me. I pull him. It's a it's a team effort. We have fun doing it. He pulls me when I'm tired. I pull him when he's tired.
I can't believe he went to jail.
He went to dog jail, the fucking little bastard. But I mean, what could I do? He
Marley's a felon.
he got to experience that though. He's
It's the same with my dog. Like when my dog got ran over, and after his surgery, he's just like,
wow. He
He
changed.
legit changed. He's like, I'm never gonna go near that. It's like you can leave
Never-
that. He's
Nuh-uh.
tried to run. He ran.
he goes to
he
the
ran
curb
away
and
like
nuh-uh.
maybe. I swear he ran away. He ran away after that maybe like 4 or 5 times. But he legit once he noticed that I would catch up so fast to him because of his other leg that was like injured, he would like just and his leg was still intact. It's not like disgusting and healed. But the tissue didn't heal, so he doesn't put pressure on it, and it hangs sometimes. He's just real lazy with it.
Oh.
He's basically got like a nice lazy leg, you know? And it doesn't look injured at first from a distance, but when you see him like sit down, you can see sort of the flimsiness, you know?
That he has no control of it.
Because some of the tissue didn't develop out fully.
Oh, no.
But his surgery went well overall. It's just he got ran over, and so like for a while he tried to still be himself and still be a dickhead. And I'd catch up to him
Man.
quick and just lift him, by the like,
His
you know,
leg
like a
reminds
little-
him.
like a little kid, and just throw put him back in my backyard and just he could chill. But after like 4 or 5 times of that, he'd never fucked around. We could still leave the gate there, and he'll just be on another spot of the yard just chilling. I don't give a fuck, man. I eat.
Little dogs, dude. They think they're big badasses, dude.
Then they get pooped, dude. They get destroyed.
Real quick.
Your dog went to jail.
Real
That
quick,
sucks,
dude. Marlon went to jail, dude.
I bet he missed his house, dude. 'Cause
Dude, when he came back, he was
he's
appreciative.
A big brat.
He was appreciative, but dude, the way he handled it like he knew he did something bad. Like he came back with his tongue out, happy, like, yeah, I know I got fucked
Marley's
up.
guilt, dude.
he had a little guilt trip to him. That was cool to see, dude. That fucker, dude. He learned a lot, dude.
That's
Dude, you know what?
crazy. I've never heard of that kind of story, man. That sucks.
I
Because I mean, it's a funny story, but I would feel agitated and pissed. Like I would just.
I was upset with my
and I'd
sister
be a
for
little
letting.
sad. Yeah, I'd be a little sad.
She
'cause
took
it's
him
like, dude, I
without
can't
asking
see
me.
My fucking dog. What's wrong
She
with
took
you?
him without asking me, and
Like,
then,
I see this dude every day after work. What the fuck?
and then yeah, for 2 weeks, dude, like it sucked because he went around. But at least for one thing, usually I used to ride my bike at that time to.
But that's just so weird too, because at that point, technically, if I'm not mistaken, I think it is the city. The city owns your dog at that point. You know.
They could do anything to
If
the
it
poor
is a
dude.
city pound, if that's what it
They
was,
probably got a
which it
camera
more
in
than
his
likely
ass.
was, if they owned them, I wasn't thinking along the lines of spying, but more like if they have that. Basically, if your dog is in the city's custody, in many ways they're not responsible. They are, obviously. You could always sue if something happens. The thing is, if something does happen, what's not to say they just build some really good elaborate lie amongst the pound and be like, yo, we didn't really do much, but they actually mistreated it, and everybody looks after each other. They're knowing that they
Yeah.
suck at their jobs.
They're not gonna.
And your dog
snitch
ends up
each other out.
getting injured, maybe sick, or even death, like dying. And fucking you just be like, what the fuck? Like, you guys said my dog would be fine. This is going to be a penalty that I faced as a dog owner, or some random shit like you did. And then, what was not to say that this other, that maybe even on the idea of like him getting attacked maybe by another dog, them not understanding that he's more territorial and he might provoke a fight, or vice versa. Motherfuckers are like, but like as you said, it really was more about along the lines of Yeah, like you couldn't control it. Because had you been there, if you understand your pet, and you're gonna be like, dude. In the presence of an owner is a real thing too.
Yeah,
Your dog
you understand your dog.
Your dog will know not to
It's
bullshit.
like a kid.
He won't bullshit with you either, especially if you give him a good ass kicking one time.
And he knows you're there. He's not gonna act
They're
up.
just gonna be like, all right,
It's-
whatever. Cunt.
it's like
they're just gonna they're gonna give you the cunt eye.
It's like the student with the substitute. Like you're gonna act up knowing that your fucking real teacher ain't there to fucking discipline you, like they do. And your substitute's there, and they're gonna let you
You're
bullshit.
just sitting on your desk, fucking quiet as a bitch doing your homework.
Yep, act like a little bitch. But whenever a substitute comes around, you want to act like a big badass and shit. But in fact, you're a little bitch. Because if a real badass would act up around anybody. But anyway, I'm not. No,
We
you
just
know what?
went
I'm not
into dog
advocating
talk,
it.
folks. We
Fuck with-
appreciate y'all. It's 5 in the morning
Fuck
here
with
at
the
Up All
fun.
Night in the morning.
God damn.
These shows have been lasting some good whiles. It's because these are some of the finals up until we come back for the next season,
This is the
man.
last bit right here. This is the last couple minutes. Yo, dude, the shirts, more shirts coming soon. He has a first round. Definitely deserved, dude. This is the homie. He's been here since the first show and witnessing the last of the season, dude. I'm honored to have the homie. I appreciate it, dude. You've helped this motherfucker go further,
Still
dude.
running,
This
and everybody, and I'm glad too that people are becoming interested in just fucking sitting in front of a microphone here in the Up All Night Mars Magma, man. It's just like, it's cool because you don't know what the fuck kind of conversations are gonna happen. Not to mention,
Really
like
don't.
Mars, a lot
Unplanned.
of these people he knows and he can talk to and set up interviews and just have a good time with them. But once they're on the seat, once they're chilling and they're in their comfort zone, you don't know what the fuck they're gonna say. You
really
know,
don't.
You don't know what they think about
There's-
certain things that you might bring up, and that just opens up a door. And like, that's what this dude is here for. You open up some fucking windows of conversation. That's what you're trying to
Getting
do.
real opinions from people in real moments, and we give them a little alcohol to come out a little bit more and be a little more comfortable with what they have to say. And that's what I have. That's what I do too. I expose myself too. I get myself vulnerable to the point where I'm telling you things I wouldn't really normally say if I was sober. And that's what this show's about, having a little fun, getting a little loose. Let's talk some music. Let's talk about things we love and let the youth know that not everyone's just a fucking ignorant source of outlet. We can actually have real conversations and discuss that some of the things that we see aren't what we all agree on.
Basically,
Don't believe everything you see. Give everything a chance. and
anywhere,
Anywhere and everywhere. There's 80% bullshit. You just have to identify it. And like I said, not even 80. More like 90% of everything you see in the world is bullshit.
Yeah,
Learn
and if you gotta
to
isolate-
identify it.
If you gotta isolate yourself from it too, you don't have to be a part of it. You can.
You don't, and yeah, whatsoever.
You can still live a
Fuck
pretty
it.
good active
Disconnect
life and
yourself.
have a social life without having, like you
Yeah,
said,
participate in that
without being
bullshit.
exposed to all the toxic bullshit. 'Cause
There's
you don't gotta
tons
take
of
your
it.
tips from nobody, man. If you're good at something, you're fucking good at it, and you can always just have a community to help you out, to help you grow.
That's what it's
Basically,
about.
that's the point. Yeah.
Let's recreate
Fine.
those communities.
Not to mention, be around people that are gonna help you grow. Be around people that are gonna help you flourish. Because if you're just gonna be around a bunch of haters or people that are just
You're wasting your
fucking
time.
clones, then you're gonna be wasting a lot of time.
Wasting your time with suckers that don't have a vision of the future. All they're watching and listening to is the outlets that are easy
Easy stuff.
shit. The weak shit that wants to influence you badly and make you turn into an animal. Like, fuck all that shit, dude. Get connected to your brain and get connected to. We're all connected. Realize that shit. Eventually, you'll realize it on your own, but. Get connected, man. Realize we're all one. We're all one and the same. And quit treating each other like fucking animals, you cunts. I'm sick of seeing that shit on social media, goddammit. Treat each other well. I would just realize that that's not the only way. There's better ways to handle this. But this is a
Basically, try and show more love than you do just hate and being there, being a little bitch, shit talking.
hate's easy.
And
Love
even if
is
you're
hard.
even if you're not talking shit and you have a firm criticism and you feel strongly about it, don't be fucking obnoxious about it. I'm cussing right now. Don't get me wrong. I can't be a hypocrite, but
Real
I'm not
passionate.
making the most profound point ever. My point is that if you really want to be taken serious about something, you don't have to act like a damn fool. You don't, and you don't. Then literally, it's just a fact of life. You have to keep your shit under control, and that's not that. Sometimes it's impossible. Don't get me wrong. because the idea of self-control, just to a lot of people, is an illusion. It's not a real thing.
You'll learn with time.
Yeah, but as you mentioned earlier, like eventually you'll learn with time to kind of. That's what maturity does to you, I guess. Is it learns you to
The world will kick you in
it
the
helps
ass.
you learn. It helps you learn like slowing yourself down, basically.
The world's eventually going to teach you in an ass kicking of its own when it's time for you to learn. So just go ahead, and if you don't learn it right away, guaranteed the world has a second round coming your way. And it's going to teach you whether you like it or not.
But
So
we're here at the Up All Night show.
we
You got a
love
song
you.
We're going to close out.
Yeah, you know what? Because the time is up. Time's up for this fucking show. And shouts out to everyone who's been a part of this. Goddamn, I
been an
cannot
interesting
shout
show.
out enough fucking names. I'm just gonna add links below. How about that? I'll make it easier so you don't have to hear everybody. But yeah, I still want to give the shout outs because those motherfuckers. Then the recent homies I heard about, the glass homies that you meant me, Safe
The
Haven.
homie Safe Haven Glass, our good friend Jordan.
Shouts out to Safe Haven. I was
He's
checking
a
out
good
his
guy,
glass
man.
earlier. Go look at his Instagram. Go check out his Facebook page. He has some cool glass. He even has other things he makes glass out of, which I actually plan on buying my own mother something because she likes those type of cool glass
he
figures.
makes chandeliers, just different. He's a glass blower, North Texas glass blower. Let's say that much.
Shit.
And he's a good lad. He shows me a lot of love and support.
Shouts out to him, dude.
So,
It's cool to hear local people making things, and I appreciate that. Anything you're making with your hands, it's just your own thing.
yeah, he loves.
That's what I'm
it,
about.
too. He's really passionate about it too.
Help me give a couple shout outs before you dip out. Let's go back and forth. Here, let's start from the beginning. Of course, Perspective Collective,
My squad.
the squad. He's putting together music makers.
together.
They're perfecting music. He has Vivisec, aka V. He has Rishi. He has himself.
And that's it.
Next,
On
aka
terms of-
York. Go check out the links
myself.
below. Perspective Collective. What about William S.
Willie S.
Willie Cash
Money
Sign. Go check out William Cash Sign. Go check out D. Go check out Fire Ant. He's making beats. Go check out my homie Brian. He's still vocalizing. He has he goes by Joseph
Shout out
Hernandez.
to Brian, man.
Brian Hernandez. He's vocalizing. Put links. Links are below. Shouts out to Young Hustle. Shouts out to Mr. C. Shouts out to KV. KV, keep doing what you do, you motherfucker.
What was your old fucking teacher? What does he go by?
Oh, FT Dub.
FT Dub,
We'll
man.
we'll
He's
get
got
to
some
FT
good-ass
Dub.
shit.
FT Dub, we're coming up to him right now in a little bit.
Shout out to FT Dub.
FT Dub's a badass dude. Yeah, he
Good shit,
gave you
man.
the he gave you the connect there for the
Really, really
404.
cool guy.
That was from him, straight from him. I should have connected it. You probably would have connected a little further, but who else? Shouts out to and D Rico. Shouts out. He's out there in Las Vegas
to
doing his
David.
thing. Shouts out to David. Yeah, David, Watch the World Burn With You. He's on Facebook. He's on YouTube. He's making more music. Shouts out to his little brother, which is also a music maker. I guess it runs in a family. He goes by the name of Radon Exclusive. Go look him up on Facebook and YouTube. Who else is doing it? Damn, there's so many more. Shouts out to Lucifer Clothing. Lucy Fur. There's links below. Go check her clothing. Everything she makes is by hand, whether it be shirts or purses. For the girls listening, go check out her bags. She makes handmade bags. Some of the best quality. Go check that out. Shouts out to who else? Goddamn, there's so many. Shit, I'm at the end right now, but you know what, man? This time's up for the show. It's been the last show. I appreciate you for coming through, brother. Dude, it's you helped this show. You made it happen. Appreciate you. I give you a cheers, but I'm out of my beer, which is a good thing. Fuck it, I'm gonna go eat. It's been fun. Love
Thanks
you
for
guys.
watching. For as long as anyone's been watching, this will not stop. There will be more.
Season 2 coming up. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe. I love you guys. If you don't like it, cool. Dislike. I
Right.
like the feedback. Go ahead and give feedback. Tell me how bad I suck and why I sucked. I don't give a shit. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, yeah. But we're going to finish it with this song, Time's Up by FT Dub. We'll be back. We love you, folks. Peace out. This is Up for Next. We'll be back. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Next. Appreciate it, dude. We'll see you next. You probably be the first in the show next season for sure, dude. Love you. We'll be back. FT Dub. Time is up. Up all night. See you later, folks.
Oh, oh.
The flags at half-mast for some half-ass hag, and I laugh real crass walking past the gag, cause they're shagging us regular, condemning the secular. We'll see who laughs last when I shoulder this heckler. Good old boy incestuous with white bread pestilence. Pardon my insolence, but I've been insignificant. Now the riff that I get has hit legitimate, so bow in penitence, see what a bigot get. The dub does what's up to fill the grub cup, but lately shit is shaky cause the government fucked up. The pub gone public with subject ugly, and pundits talking down like they think they above me. What I see is a focus off lasagna lazin. Don't look behind the curtain cause the wizard is in. He got us all blinded with his shining chrome. I scream, fuck the war and bring the soldiers home. Time is up, we rising up. Sublime is what, we rising up. Size them up, divide and cut. The rhyme is rough cause your time is up. Time is up, we rising up. Sublime is what, we rising up. Size them up, divide and cut. The rhyme is rough cause your time is up. They use ill-placed anger trying to show they got heart. Follow the money stranger, they corrupt from the start. Corporate America sponsors the lackeys, so when the vote comes they look out for the backing. Hip pocket, breast pocket, but never out of pocket. Damn right McDonnell Douglas wants to sell more rockets, so they handpick reps to look out for their checks. They call public servants, but they private when it wrecks. Pennsylvania to Wall Street, they brats where they all meet. The chaps they all agree to draft the next fleet of Illuminati brethren with funds they hedging. The New World Order has open session, and it coincides with both the House and the Senate. But you can't win elections if you ain't even in it. Get your name on the ballot, campaign with the truth. Be real with the people and avoid the corporate noose. It's simple, really. Choose either worse or worser. When the ship pops off, this'll be the precursor. Then the proletariat'll have to carry it to set us free from this cowboy's lariat. I heard a dope say my vote holds no weight. When it comes to terrorists, I don't negotiate. You better run for the hills cause your time is up. You better run for the border cause your time is up. You better head to the Hamptons cause your time is up. You better head to Martha's Vineyard cause your time is up. You better hit the ground running cause your time is up. You better head for the hills cause your time is up. You better head for the border cause your time is up. You better head for the Hamptons cause your time is up.
That's been the Up All Night show, dude. We thank you so much for listening and being a part of this.
One love.
FT Dub, thanks for the music.
Every fan counts on them.
Everyone.
The Up All Night show.
Thank you, we love
everybody, even the haters.
Even the haters, we love you. We'll see you next time. We're not sure when we'll see you again, but
in the future, though.
Most definitely. Stay tuned for season 2. We love you.
All right.
Thanks, Next. We'll see you again, dude. Love you, folks. Last show. Goddamn. I'd do another part, but I'd rather go eat and play some Smash Brothers and maybe finish my beer. But I love you guys. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Let's make this fucking movement grow. Help me fucking be Rita and make this monster grow. Just kidding. But anyways, that's just a word of expression. I love you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Next. One love. Peace out, folks. I'll see you come Halloween or some shit. Who knows? I love you, folks. Peace out.